hoping that I'll be somebody one day. Not just a lost cause halfway house. I want a big green lawn that goes on. And a family that loves me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I wasted too much time trying to be myself, trying to be like everybody else, cause I thought what I wanted was be wanted by the wrong crap. That part of town, going nowhere, hellbound, chained to the same lame brain, wanna be daydream. Just a loser with a bad team, yeah, but that's all in the past now. I'm going fast now, going fast now. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found. Hoping that I'll be somebody one day. Not just a lost cause, nowhere in town. I want a great big house with a loving spouse and kids that really love me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found.
Happy Thanksgiving and welcome. Welcome. I hope you all had a good day. I hope you're sick of all your relatives and people that you should know and love. And that's why you're here. That's why you're here. I'm here because I'm bored. Fuck. It's... fuck. I feel like I've missed everything that's happened today. I got like a ton of DMs, but it's been like super busy. I haven't been around much. What's the song called? That's Lost and Found by Negative XP. How we doing? Everyone good? Everyone had fun? Okay, so I've got like a bit of a smorgasbord. We'll probably take the odd call as well. But I haven't focused much on the Hempleton stuff since I had a conversation with him. And that's because I do have something in the works for that. So I don't want to turn my channel for like 2 weeks into a Hempleton channel or some shit. But I do want to talk about Furin because I do want to watch Chud's stream because I haven't seen it yet. So I've heard Chud's stream was interesting today. So I thought we'd have a look at that. I might have some VTuber stuff for you as well. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how long this stream will be. I don't know what quality it will be. But if I can give you some reprieve from Turkey and people shouting about politics, I'm here to do that. I'm here to do that. Good evening, Kairaz. Good evening, Blake. Good evening, Hornet. Good evening, Tim. Hi, Ben. I don't know why you got hi. Who else we got? North. Romeo. Is that... Are you the former mod of Hempleton, Romeo? I have heard things about Romeo. Hey, Purple. So, yes, welcome in. Okay, so firstly, I feel like I should say something just briefly about the Hempleton shit, because the Hempleton shit's kind of spiraled into insane dimensions. Now, Oh, Passion, member for 1 month. I'm so happy you're streaming. No worries. Welcome. So, Hempleton stuff. Fuck, where to even begin with this fucking meltdown? I have been, hey British, I have been fucking running around trying to gain little bits of information and knowledge to try and piece together this dude's timeline, because I knew bits of it. I didn't know how deep it fucking went. Because it went, Jesus Christ. I suppose like the last time I really interacted with this was the morale stream where they leaked the call, which I make no apologies for paying for. It's like, you're not going anywhere. I want to see this fucking call, bro. God, what a fucking meltdown. It is kind of amazing the more that comes out from this little group. Like, I keep seeing things like, you know, bigger names being mentioned, like Chud, like Nick, where it's like, yeah, we worked with this person, we interacted with them. Yeah, that's my legitimacy. And I'm like, Jesus. No one knew who any of these people were. I think we've got a bit I want to watch, which is really interesting, with basically Chud going over some messages that were sent. And it's kind of interesting how they all sort of tried to stab each other. I mean, my general takeaway is this. It was a load of people in a Discord pretending to be journalists. Like, it's a real journalism LARP. I have spoken to Toastify about Hempleton's research work, which, I mean, it feels like another nanny situation. Research work might be putting it rather kindly. So... Fucking hell. It's time for URR. Man, what is it? Chud says a man's life hangs in the balance. Is that it? Now, I don't know. I think Hempleton can come back, personally. I think Hempleton can come back. Content creation is clearly what it's like all he has. Like, what else is he gonna do? Right, okay. I'm gonna phone Xylee. I'm gonna bring Xylee in. I want Xylee's take. As a Cope and Seed co-host, I can say that the Hempleton call was amazing. The co-host shit is insane. The co-host shit is actually insane. It's fucking completely wild.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy Colonizer Day.
Happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, I bear no responsibility for the Europeans who ran away from Europe. They're cowards. They're cowards and fools. Cowards and fools.
Cowards and fools.
So yeah, fucking hell. I guess what's your thoughts on all this? Having watched it all unfold.
I saw Hempleton's back on Twitter.
Yes, yeah, his Twitter's back.
I knew he wasn't going to be gone. I feel like if you fuck around, you find out. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Because, look, it's not like it was a normal, okay, I mean, not normal, but normal. It wasn't like a normal crash out where he's just in a bad space mentally and he just had an issue, right? He was doing some crazy shit behind the scenes. And with that extra added bonus to it, it's been fun to watch. That's all.
Yeah, it does seem completely fucking wild that this was sort of happening under everyone's nose. What I'll do is I'll share screen to you and we'll watch a little bit of this Chud stream, because you get mentioned. You get mentioned. Yeah.
I always get mentioned. Always.
It's not like a terrible way. It's not a terrible way. Actually, what I'll do is I'll bring up the Discord.
I'm excited.
We'll do this. You can tell how well prepared I am tonight.
It's okay.
It's incredible.
I was about to go live because I was like, man, I'm bored. Somebody either needs to go live or I'm just going to go live and we're going to watch something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was sort of chilling out and seeing what was on, and the answer was, fucking nothing. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll come and do something.
Listen, I'm happy you went live. Thank you.
It's all right. It's my pleasure to entertain. Okay. So This was Chud's stream from today.
Okay.
We'll put you there.
Because I don't even know you yet.
We'll go
but I
ahead
genuinely do like
a little
you.
bit.
Not to
Sentiment.
So this.
Is this
So this message is, involve yourself because morale is literally paranoid right now. I was in a call with Xylee, Nicholas Diorio, and a lot of bigger people bigger than him. He was getting disavowed and laughed at left, right. Later, Chud will be covering him as well. Everyone said so much about him, including people like Confusing Opinion, Spondyle, Smaggle, etc. Exposing things too. We don't need more problem. He thinks that I can't work out whether this is Furren or Hempleton saying this, but yeah, that's
Wait. I was in a call with Xylee, Nicholas Diorio, and a lot of other people bigger than him. He was getting disavowed. Who is this from?
I think it was like I think it's Furren, or maybe Hempleton. I know both of them commented on this.
When has either one of them been in a call?
So Queeman says that he's talking about. Do you remember we had that stream on Cause where we were all talking about morale and stuff?
Yeah.
So Queeman thinks it's that. I think it's a now recording Open VC.
Yeah, but I remember being in a now recording VC with either Furren or Hempleton.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I remember Furren being in a now recording VC, but like, okay, so this Furren dude is really weird because Furren is like a complete fucking non-entity to me. Do you know one of the weirdest things about this whole fucking drama for me? I keep talking to people, I'm like, oh, who's this person? And they're like, yeah, they're just sort of someone knocking around. They've got like 10k subs. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm just like, wait, how have I never heard of any of these fucking people? Are they just like non-entities? I don't understand. I mean, it's for me, it's like the biggest proof that your sub count doesn't fucking matter because people keep coming up with like decent sub counts, and I'm like,
sub count really doesn't matter. You're absolutely right about that. That's crazy because I would love to know when this was dropped, when this screenshot was dropped. Because now I'm trying to figure out, and they're saying Confusing Opinion and Spondyle was in there. That could have been last night, but Smaggle wasn't in there last night.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
don't know,
it's
man.
also
I feel like
when were we talking about morale? We were talking about morale like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. This is weird. I feel like they're dropping names just to drop names.
Yeah,
that's another thing with this drama.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? How much they're dropping names like it's Pokemon cards?
Yes. Oh, MLS. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're enjoying your running away from Europe day. Yeah, it is. It's really fucking weird. Like, I've always felt a bit weird about talking about connections or networking publicly,
right?
Or even in smaller groups with other people who don't know them, right? Like there's I did an interview. I don't want to I don't want to say this and draw attention to this. I did an interview and I was getting asked questions about how I knew people, and like I kept say like just because I'd sort of grown in the commentary community, and I think like I got asked a question about like Keem and about like I think it was somebody else, and I was like, I cannot stress enough how much I don't know these people. Like I've had like one interaction with them, and it's a really weird one because I think smaller people view this as like legitimacy. Like Evan did this. Like, well, Chud, I know Chud. I gamed with Chud. It's like, can you imagine if I did that every time I mentioned Chud Logic? I was like, hey, yeah, that's Chud Logic. We've been for a beer together like 2 years ago. I'd sound fucking mental. Like, what are you doing? I think it's Can you come on through? Yeah. We'll bring. I do actually want to speak to you, Romeo. Let me get through this bit, and then I'll bring you on. Hey, Toastify, how you doing?
Toastify such a little jerk.
Here they are, the two blackballers of the community who have unjustly eradicated Hempleton from the community. Well, listen, I can understand where Toastify's coming from. We did kill his researcher, who did loads of work for him and is very responsible for the continued growth of Toastify's channel. Frankly, I'm surprised that Toastify didn't credit Hempleton more. I think that will be a subject of conversation in Operation Burnt Toast 2025.
Listen, just step one in Operation Burnt Toast.
Yeah, take his researcher out so that he can't fight back.
Exactly.
But it's weird. I don't think people understand what like friendships look like, and the difference between somebody like you have a friendship with and somebody who's like you have a content relationship, right? Like I've sat down and like talked to Toastify, and we have a pretty friendly relationship. I have a pretty friendly relationship with like Chris the Narc and yourself and Matt.
Right.
But like when it comes to I don't know, I don't know who's a good example of this. Fuck, I don't know. Like Tommy C. Yeah. I have a good relationship with, but I barely know the guy. Right? I've had like 2 interactions with him, realistically speaking. So if I was going around going, yeah, Tommy had me on his stream because I'm his co-host. Now, like, it's just like, Jesus. The co-hosting shit with Lyrics is also completely fucking mental.
It's the whole parasocial thing. Like, okay, being in that Tea Party chat, people think that I'm super close to Keemstar. And like, oh yeah, you right, Keemstar's dick. No, if you would see how many times we argue, I'm just saying, I'm always arguing with that man. You know, it's they just automatically think, oh, you must be best friends, whatever, and y'all are like plotting. There's always a thing about we're plotting. We're always plotting. No,
yeah, always,
not at all.
Always plotting. I'm gonna actually bring Romeo on because apparently they have the full DM. Romeo, if you join that, and then type in the general, I'll send you a friend request, and then I'll pull you into the call. We'll do it that way. Because I literally never stream out of my Discord. Because that's how people make co-hosting accusations. Apparently, I guess what I don't get about a lot of the stuff with this little group is it's so insular, but it's kind of like breached every kind of community during the drama. Like they've had stuff with Slime Beast, they've had stuff with ACC, they have like commentary hell there. It's kind of wild that it's taken this long to notice how insane that group is. I would have thought this would be picked up faster.
I'm gonna be honest. I had no clue they were running operations the way they were running them over there. This shit gets more surprising every day. It really does. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, it is definitely ops. I've sent Romeo a friend request, so when they accept it, I'll add them to the call. Because Romeo, interestingly, seems to have had a lot of work outsourced to them. Now, I have spoken to Toastify. Toastify is of the opinion that none of the stuff that they commissioned from Hempleton was done by Romeo. But from the list of stuff, it's likely that it would have been in the future, is Toastify's view.
What? Wait, so Romeo was the real researcher? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, they were like outsourcing to Romeo. Well, we'll bring Romeo in, and we'll ask. I'll just create a new DM. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me turn that fucking thing off.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
A bit nervous.
Don't be nervous. You're only on a live stream with 2 giant creators, 2 monoliths of the commentary community. Myself,
the blackballers.
The blackballers of the commentary community.
I know I've talked to Xylee before on a Hempleton stream because she came in. I don't remember what for, but I'm in her chat a lot. But
Oh, well,
do you want
hello.
the? Hi. Do you want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah. And
About
who sent it?
So Fern sent me this because this is when you started. Okay, so I had a debate with Morale on like trans stuff, and he changed his opinion on the Aiden Underground stream from when I had a debate with him. And
Right.
so I went to Aiden's chat and I talked about it a bit, and then I got a message from Furren saying this shit, which is kind of unhinged. Um, let's see.
Yeah, I think it was the open now recording. Cool.
It had to have been
Yeah.
with all those people.
Yeah, he said, "Dude, we saw you in Aiden's chat talking about wanting to come on to talk about your experience like it wasn't going to get laughed at off by people," which is shit. But he said, this is where the part comes in. "I told you don't involve yourself because Morale is literally paranoid right now. I was in a call with Xylee, Nicholas Diorio, and lots of people bigger than him. He was getting disavowed and laughed at left and right. Later, Chud will be covering him as well. Everyone said so much about him, including Spy on Dial, like confusing or wait, sorry, I went up a little too much. Just basically what that says. And then he said, he thinks that there are some of us who are conspiring already. He thinks that there's a possibility for there to be beef that goes back and forth. It's not helping if you vent to Lumpy or others about it, which I don't know how people have been sending were sending my DMs to Fern. Um, uh, let's see. We don't want problems. We just want to move on from him, even if your intentions aren't for causing them. You saying things publicly and in DMs to people, it is not going to help. And on top of this, your experience with him is personal. People in the community don't care that much about stuff that small. I'm just telling you this because people will clap back at you for throwing around statements about it that barely amount to anything in comparison to the big things. People are actually after wait, people are actually after him." And then his English is off here. For period. "I'm looking out for you, and at the same time, I'm literally trying to save us from issues. I need you to think about this, brother. Try to understand. He's gone. You can now feel more comfortable. Let it go like we're trying to, and let's move on forward without him."
So okay, so what's your experience of this little group?
Um, I think I was okay. So I was not Hempleton's mod to begin with. I went into his Discord after talking to him on Twitter after I saw him. I think it was on Lyric's stream. I saw him. He was like showing his face on there, and I just wanted to like talk about Mama Mac stuff because I thought it was kind of interesting, and then that's how I got into that server. So that's like how I know all these people, basically.
Okay. And okay, so my
Question.
go on, darling.
Was Furren like Hempleton's right hand man?
Kind of. I think like I think so. Like the thing is like I didn't know that they were so close until like later on. Um, but I would say so.
Because that message he sent to you, it's almost like he's stepping up to be the leader. Because that's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It
It just
does.
it sounds like to me he's trying to be the leader of whatever the hell y'all got going on over there.
Yeah. I
Ugh.
guess what they were telling me is that because I was talking about Morale, that Morale might release stuff about them, and I was like, "What does that concern you? Like, I don't really associate with you guys anymore, so why are you making this into a thing? Like, why are you telling me not to speak on what I want to speak about?" So,
I mean, my impression is pretty strongly that Hempleton would talk one way to people who were like he viewed as bigger creators. He'd be very sort of conciliatory. take his time going, oh, well, yeah, you're so right, so right. But the minute he got to any of you guys, because he viewed you as like smaller or like having less clout, then he'd sort of kind of big bro you, either with relationships that he claimed to have, like, for instance, being Lyric's co-host.
Hmm.
So is that pretty accurate? Was there any pushback, or like, I guess, what does that, like, what did he say about himself?
So, do you want me to go into like the lyrics and Hempleton stuff like in detail?
I mean, I've heard a lot of it, but I suppose so. With the lyrics stuff is, I think, pretty cut and dry in that he definitely made these claims. I've heard him make these claims now, that he was Lyric's co-host, that they were quite close, that that relationship apparently sounded quite friendly. That's, from what I can see, bollocks. If for no other reason actually than some of the things I've heard him say about Lyrics. Are they sound nothing like Lyrics. But did he do this with other people? Did he ever talk about, say, Toastify or Chud or any of the other people he'd interact with? Like, for instance, Xylee.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like both Hempleton and Furren kind of acted like they knew you guys personally. I remember they were like, "Oh, we talk like sometimes. Oh, they're our friend," and I was kind of like, okay, like I don't know. It felt like that they were trying to like impress me or something.
Oh, well, that's funny because I have DMs with Fern that I never accepted. I just read them. I didn't even accept them and write back, so he got left on red. That's cute.
Is this motherfucker ever
Okay.
actually DM'd me? I think the only interaction I have ever had with Furren, to my knowledge, because listen, I get a lot of DMs from random people. So like, and it kind of blurs together for a lot of people. Which is, again, completely normal. I'm not special. You stream, lots of people reach out to you. But the only one that comes to mind is on the Twitter versus Bo Blacks video. Furren commented, "Oh, you didn't use my thread." Which I was like, that's a little sad. And I kind of thought, oh, he's a little nobody who's put together a Twitter thread and wanted it to be used. That's, whatever. So I just was like, oh yeah, well, good thread in a comment or something. But it's quite weird, really, because I was completely unaware of him entirely. I didn't even catch him while doing the Twitter versus Bo Black stuff. Again, to my knowledge, he didn't really ring any bells. So it's kind of weird to hear this kind of narrative that he's apparently a big deal.
Yeah, I think he's blowing smoke up people's asses. I think that's what they did a lot there. And I think Hempleton made that very normal. And Furren, for someone who's been in the community since the beginning of it, yet no one knew who you were until you wrote a big ass thread on Twitter. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think if you play the video or play the part that in the Chud stream, like I think there's I talk about a lot of this stuff. Like, have you guys seen the whole entire thing?
No, I mean, I haven't had a chance to watch the stream yet. So I think I've heard generally that Furren was asking a lot of people for money, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's a lot more to that.
Okay.
I don't know if I can mention like the girlfriend that the girl that Fern and Hempleton
Darcy.
and Morale were fighting over. Yep.
Yeah, Darcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know about her.
Yeah, she's like, I had to apologize to her recently because Fern told me like bad stuff about her after a while and kept saying like don't like hang around her or something. So
I mean, it's kind of weird with these ones because a lot of people go, well, I don't want this talked about. I don't want this part of the drama talked about. And it's kind of like, sorry, you're kind of part of the story. Unfortunately, you've interacted with a load of people who are big I aming, and that's a key part. So Skibbity with a 5. Boblax and Hempleton would have been friends in another life. Furren asked me for money too. Wait, Furren asked you for money as well?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
it's in my It's in my PowerPoint. There's a screenshot of Fern asking him for money. So
I agree with Nick. I think we need to stop all operations in small commentary community until we get down to this bullshit. Okay? We're stopping all operations right now.
I kind of want to watch the Leia something fight with Spondar back as well. I don't know what's going on with people. I don't know why people are doing this to themselves.
What? Oh my god, no. Leia. Poor Leia, why are you trying to do that to her?
I did nothing. I tried to save her. I was being good. And I was like,
I know. That was so bad.
I mean,
oh god.
So did he field research out to you offering to pay you?
no, he told us in a mod chat, which you wouldn't be able to see unless you were given the mod status. But he told us one day, he said, "Hey, I might need some help on these topics. Could you guys do some research with me?" And like, I thought this was like something for fun, or he was going to cover it on his like YouTube channel, I guess, or on stream. He never covered any of that, but I gave him like some info and stuff, and I already did like research for him before on like the Mama Max stuff. So
Interesting.
Wait.
Yeah.
Research on what? Oh. Wait, so he never used the research that y'all did. What he was did he get them to do research for what he was researching for Toastify?
No, as far as Toastify can tell, it like the list of stuff Romeo did was not research that was passed to Toastify, but some of the upcoming research was topics that may have been, and like would quite likely have been Romeo topics.
Oh my god.
Also, Lumpy Willy with a 5. Take my money instead. Furren also asked me for money for a 2 liter of Coke. Jesus. Yeah, it's fuck, what's a good way to put this?
Crazy.
It's interesting to see people like try and do this sort of thing. I know everyone has their little grievances with this. I'm getting really sick of people positioning themselves as researchers and doing stuff like this because, frankly, it's affecting my business.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and say it. And I've said this publicly before, and I know you and I have talked about it. It just seems like what a lot of people do who are quote-unquote researchers, they see like the accolades people get for their videos or their streams, et cetera, and then they want the limelight. And then that's when they go crazy. That's what it seems like to me. We saw it with Nani. I think that's exactly what we saw with Hempleton. You know, it only takes is a third one and boom, you have a pattern.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a very difficult one because I understand that I can see Mally's post. I've never understood how you lot got research on the payrolls. Depends what you're doing. Sometimes you just need somebody with kind of specialist skills in finding things. Who's, you know, reliable. But yeah, it's not something everyone needs. It's like this question of like some streamers put together news teams, which can really help. Like, because it just gives you the ability to sort of know, okay, cool, here are the trending topics. I can't know about everything. No worries, Mally. I guess when looking at some of this stuff with like that smaller community as well, like it's very up and coming, or at least attempting to be. I'm kind of fascinated now at the idea that Furren or
don't
at
like this
least,
Fern guy.
yeah, or at least like, yeah, we're just throwing around names. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre to me.
That is, I don't like, bro. The throwing around names just so willy nilly. It's like you are literally trying to make yourself out bigger than what you actually are, and I hate that. I don't trust that.
Well, it's interesting.
You
Shogun
know,
just gifted $9.99. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving. If you ever see me out like this, you have my permission to take me out back and do the deed. But like Shogun is somebody who's sort of pretty recently-ish this year started to grow quite a lot from Twitter clips and everything else, and has like is actually a pretty valuable resource.
yes.
And that's
He provides a service by what he does on Twitter, 100%.
Yeah, and
100%.
that's the that's very core to it. It's like, are you providing something that is useful to the wider community? Because I look at some of the people, his sub count and everything, and it's like it's not that they haven't had any success. It's just that they've found their own little audience, which is absolutely fine. But they're not like integrated. They're not known, and you get people who like have crazy sub counts. Like there's somebody in Twitch poll. Oh God, Philly or something, and he has like,
oh God,
he's got like, I think it's something like 60,000 subs or something insane, maybe even higher. And I had like
Really?
no fucking idea. Yeah, he covered a load of the BLM stuff or the I think it was the Chaz stuff. Yeah, Lumpy, I'll add you to the call. I'll add you to the call. We'll have Thanksgiving call-in streams.
Oh, yay! Happy Thanksgiving!
Yes, thank you for the content, because obviously I am useless here today.
You're not useless. Shut up.
I'm fucking.
You're live. You're live. You're not useless. You're giving us something to do. Let's fucking go.
Let me do that, and then let me do.
Hey there, Lumpy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Yo, what's up? Sorry. So Fern was very interesting. He was a very interesting individual. He would talk about you guys in particular, as well as Chud Logic, as if you guys were like not like friends, like as if he knew you guys very well.
What?
It was really weird. He would kind of he would make it sound like he had an in with you guys. Like whenever he would talk about you guys, or like he would be like, I would say like, oh, do you because like I would have like different things that I would just like find, and I'm like, hey, do you know who like do you have like messages with Chris Denard, because I have something that he wanted to look into, and he's like, oh, I can DM him about it, like I'm in with Chris Denard, and I'm like, okay, cool, I guess. But from what I know, I don't even think Chris Denard like knew him like that. I'm pretty sure he was just like another random chatter like me who would just like send him stuff. So I don't know. He would portray all his relationships with every YouTuber that we would kind of mention as if he was like in with you guys. It was really weird and bizarre.
Well, that's funny because I have unanswered DMs with him.
I literally barely know who this fucking guy is. I literally just thought he was some random guy on Twitter who was trying to get attention for the Bo Black stuff. That was my like whole knowledge of him. Stefan Corbino with the 20. Happy November the 28th from a fellow Commonwealth dweller. Half an hour behind, but catching up at times 2 speed. Well, when you get here, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, again, I just, even with Hempleton, like, my first impression with Hempleton was this guy is going to be a liability. I'm right again, by the way, because that's how fucking good I am. Nostradamus.
Oh God!
Over
I
here.
saw that look you gave the camera when you
Nostradamus
said that,
over here. Well, listen,
Oh
I this year I have been wrong about like 3 predictions.
You know what? Yes, true. And you know what? You deserve the W. You 100% deserve the W. I agree.
Lumpy, from your perspective, do you think that had Hempleton continued to grow, he would have started going for people?
Yes, 100%. because
I agree.
this guy was in the public, he would make it seem like he had no issues with anybody, even the people who like slighted him. But it was very evident that in the background, like when I would like just hop in VCs just to like talk to like some other people, and then just to see what was happening. Because to be honest, one of the main reasons I was like in that chat or in that server was because Hempleton wouldn't just have these crash outs on stream; they would happen in private as well. He would freak out like over the most mundane shit. There was one stream that he had on Halloween where him and two other people were playing Lethal Company. And the two other people started like trolling and not really taking the game seriously. Hempleton started freaking out. And then somebody in his chat mentioned like, "Oh, Queenman's gonna love this." I didn't see what happened. I just know that apparently it was like it was getting to that level where he was gonna just like melt down and just like stop talking. Because whenever he would melt down on streams, it wouldn't be like the Joker style stuff. He would just go like non-verbal for a long time. Just sit there and look at his camera and just like add little like clips here. And that was it. So but this was also happening in private. There was one incident where I was in a call with Morale, um, and Hempleton and some other people, and Morale was like making a joke, and Hempleton took it super seriously to where again he went nonverbal, and it was just very interesting to see how somebody was acting like this and just like out of the public eye and then in the public eye. I don't know. It was very fascinating. But back to the original thing. Yeah, he was very vindictive towards Morale. He was obviously afraid of him, but at the same time, he obviously like wanted to talk shit about him. But the thing is, he wouldn't talk shit to any of us because he knew that a couple of us still liked Morale. So the only person that he would obviously confide in to talk shit with was that ZV guy who made that hit piece on Morale.
Okay.
Wow. Oh my, are you serious?
Yeah, that's okay. So let me tell you, the whole reason that whole call happened was because ZV it was just threatening him with Morale shit talking leaks. That was literally it from what I saw. It was literally the whole conversation because I asked ZV, he was in a VC, and I asked him like, "Hey, were you gonna leak any private information? Were you threatening to leak any private information of his?" Because Hempleton called into Aiden's stream and started saying, "Well, ZV was gonna say private things about me," but then he kind of flip flopped and said, "Well, he was gonna take me out of context," and then he flip flopped again and said, "Well, he was gonna reveal private stuff," and then ZV showed me like his like quote unquote threats, and he was just saying stuff like, "Oh, do you think Morale will make a stream on like all our DMs about him?" And then he sent him like a screenshot of one of the DMs, and he's like, "How do you think Morale's gonna react to this?" So Hempleton was shit talking him. Like he tried to make it out like he wasn't, but he went to like his ZV, who would be like Morale's greatest like hater, I guess you could say, because he made that hit piece and just like shit talked him. And I imagine he did this to other people as well. I know that he did this with Morale. I'm not sure if it was a private call that they had, but there was one instance where he would talk about Lyrics and say like, "Oh, me and Lyrics have no bad blood. There's nothing bad between us." But then there was a call that allegedly happened where Hempleton just started laying out like his grievances um, with Lyrics. So yeah, this guy was very snaky. He was very snaky.
It
Can-
sounded like
just-
sounds like
just
me trying to
very,
be a shot caller.
Just very quickly, K-Huck, can you say you've got confirmation of that? Can you leak it to me? I really want to see it. So K-Huck says, "Okay, sorry, I'm home and settled. I have confirmation from Hempleton that he thinks this all started because of Beckett's video." Well.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm glad he thinks that.
He's gonna love what's coming next.
I guess he shouldn't have talked shit and invoked my name into it too, huh? Oh, motherfucker. Little bastard. I have it all good, sir. Give me a second. Okay.
Nice. We'll have a look at that. That's interesting. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about me.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Going for my ego there. Look, I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's very weird to see people's reactions. When I was watching the ZV Hempleton video, cool thing, he's like, I'm gonna make a video on you. I'm gonna make a video on you so you can never do this to anybody again. And I'm like, who gives a fuck if someone makes a video on you or a stream or anything? Who fucking cares? Why does this matter? It's kind of weird how fearful they are of this. I'm really not sure what to make of it.
I think it's funny as hell, and it makes me giggle, and it makes my cold heart warm. Just saying.
I think what makes it even funnier, and the thing that I found really funny about this whole situation was, ZV is like 18, and Hempleton is in his mid-20s, and he's freaking out over some 18-year-old that's threatening to release his DMs. It's really funny when you also think about it like that. Why is I don't know? It's just so interesting. I would never think that somebody would react that hard, especially to DMs where you just shit talking somebody. Who cares? It's very obvious.
Shit talks in the GMs. It's like everybody shit talks in a group chat. That's what happens. We all deal with drama. Do you think a bunch of drama tubers don't talk shit? What?
Yeah.
Why is he crashing out over talking shit in DMs to somebody? Okay, you talk shit. You know what it is? It's that nice guy thing. You cannot trust people who are like, oh, they're really, really nice on the internet. You can't trust people like that. It's a facade.
Yeah, everyone, listen, the baseline with any drama is everyone involved in it is a cunt. That's it. That's your baseline.
Yes.
It's really not complicated. So, I mean, do you see a route back for Hempleton?
Probably not. Honestly, he's not going to change. That's the main thing. Everybody's told him basically the exact same thing. From calls I've also been in, everybody's given him the exact same advice that he just needs to stop reacting and just focus on making the streams or whatever he's even planning on doing. But he just won't take. He won't take the advice. He just keeps doing it. Every single week, it was just something else, which was admittedly really funny. But at the same time, it's like, dude, how many times is this gonna happen before you learn? And I guess he just did it, and now he's gone. Well, I guess now he's not gone because he just reactivated his Twitter, so
yeah,
he's coming back.
He's coming back. K-Huck, thank you for these. Can I show these on stream? Is that all right? Is that what we're doing?
Fuck it. She already gave them to you. I don't care if she says yes or no. We're looking at them.
It's fine. Thank you, K-Huck. You have helped muchly. Okay. She says no now. I'm just an asshole. Okay. We'll do it that way. Am I looking at the right thing? Right. Okay. Oh, right. Let's have a little read. Let's have a little read. Okay. Hempleton. The latest of people backstabbing me because I'm in heat. Yay. I'm doing pretty terrible. K-Huck. Uh-oh, what happened? Hempleton. Not sure if you saw the new Beckett vid, but me trying to let down Goblin easy in a retarded way bit me in the ass, and Beckett and Xylee confronted me last night. So this was caused by me. Fantastic. Based. Awesome. Awesome.
Go. Shouldn't have talked shit. You shouldn't have talked shit.
So it's always nice to get a part of the story. Right, okay. Oh no, I haven't. Eek. I was thinking of reacting to it at some point next week. Hempleton, feel free. It's just please let me know if you become against me or change your mind about me. Literally so many people have just completely flipped on me and haven't given me the basic respect to even tell me, so I just appreciate the closure. Hey, Huck. Well, if Xylee and Beckett confronted you about it, then they feel they needed to. I personally have been dealing with some otherish at the Mo, so I haven't been paying any attention. They wouldn't just confront you out of nowhere. That's not how they operate. Oh, thanks, K-Huck. See, we're not monsters. I mean,
Exactly. We're not mean people. I'm not mean. I'm a fucking peach. Thank you very much.
Hempleton, I'm not talking about Xylee and Beckett. I'm talking about actual friends or people I talked to who are now using anything I've talked about to embarrass and patchwork me. Xylee and Beckett's confrontation was justified. God damn right it was. I've been retarded and I recognize that. Right. Hempleton, I've been sleeping all day and I'm just very depressed. I have had very personal shit leak about me and made into contact. I'm not in a place to have, I don't know, interpersonal, maybe? Okay, that's fine. Do you mind if I type out... Oh, interview. There we go. Do you mind if I type out questions here, then? I just want you to be able to get your side out, dude. Hempleton, sure. Okay, great. How do you think in your opinion, this all started? I think... Okay, so these are actually interview questions. So K-Huck isn't randomly leaking. These are actual interview questions he's agreed to.
Awesome.
Hempleton, I think a lot of very small things that built, but the big thing that turned the hate train going full speed ahead was Beckett's video.
Your name's gonna be on the note.
Beckett with 2 T's. How so? I saw his video. He was explaining how you were talking to Romantic Goblin about her being in your Discord and how you weren't going to throw her under the bus. When Beckett and Xylee called you, told you that she was using you, etc. Am I right with that, or is there more to it? I'm just going to list my questions here, and you can answer them. Sound good? Why do you say Sliggins was being a snake? How do you delete your live stream minus a couple? Well, why did you delete your live streams minus a couple? Listen, it's like nearly 4 a.m. here, guys. Bear with me. 3. How did you get involved with Romantic Goblin? That's a wonderful way to put that. Did you you mentioned you have a phone call with ZV to Ace Howler. How did that come about? Did ZV reach out to you? Hempleton, the latest episode, the latest of people backstabbing because I'm in heat. Oh, okay. Sorry, I opened the wrong one. Give me a second. Oh no. Did I just get these the wrong way around? No, okay, this one's just a repeat. That's fine. So yeah, if you get those questions, K-Huck, if you re-screenshot them, I'll show them. But yeah, fucking hell. Well, listen, it's nice to be credited.
By the way, on the Romantic Goblin point, I want to add, so Hempleton was originally, from what Fern has told me, because I asked him, I was like, hey, like, why is he like sending some weird ass message to Goblin? Like, she's like a freak. Why is he doing this? And Fern told me, he was like, well, he was trying to let her down easily. You know, like the exact same talking points that Hempleton used. A little interesting note though, Hempleton was gonna keep Goblin around in private. He wasn't gonna fully cut her off. He was gonna continue to talk to her.
Well, I think that's clear from the DMs, you know.
Yeah. It was just weird. I was like, oh.
I
then
find it
Fern was like,
funny that he was telling her, "I'm not going to talk shit on you." Literally 24 hours after he talked shit on her on the live stream. That was awesome.
yeah,
That was
it
great.
I'm really interested if Goblin downloaded their logs, because I want to know if they genuinely just talked about research stuff, or if
We'll never see them.
Yeah.
We'll never see them. Did Goblin download her logs with Hempleton? Yeah, probably. It's Goblin. But we'll never see them because Goblin is in the wind. She's been completely burnt from the community like a fucking wart. So I actually don't think Goblin's coming back.
Darn.
Yeah.
Man, that'll be missed. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I know from some stuff that's happened behind the scenes that the friend group the friend that she had left were not pleased because they sort of blame Goblin, probably quite fairly actually, that the group chat was still talked about, and that basically she kept poking until I made a video on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that she's pretty done. At least with that group, that's their view on it. God, one video I took out 2 people. Oh, good times. Good times.
I can
Um,
see your head getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
listen, it was a team effort. Do you know what I think really did the damage was Chud.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Actually,
Chud really did the damage because like getting called out by someone like Chud from like Hempleton's perspective must have been painful. I mean, so Lumpy, you said like when they talk about kind of bigger creators, which again I want to I hate putting it like this because it is actually very cringy. Unironically, can you give me some examples of like creators that they talked about?
For Hempleton,
Hmm.
Hempleton, he didn't really mention any like bigger creators that he would like. He wouldn't say it like how Fern did. The one main one was lyrics. He would talk about lyrics, like him and lyrics were good buddies. Fern was mostly the one who would talk as if he was in the know with like all these other people.
I mean, can you give me an
And
example of who Farron talked about in that way?
yeah, Chris Lenark, Chud Logic, from the DM leagues, Willie Mack as well. A lot of you guys in the now recording from the podcast, he would talk very like he was in the know
Really?
with you guys as well. Yeah.
So weird. Yeah, I think Matt was aware of him, but that's like it. It's kind of like I asked Matt about his kind of interactions with Hempleton, and Matt was like, "Yeah, it was useful during the Mama Max thing. Like Hempleton came on." My understanding is Farron wrote like one good Twitter post, and has been trying to recapture that magic for like a year.
yeah.
Apart from that, though, I don't really know because there was just a lot of he would talk very weirdly, like as if he was in the know with everything, with like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it was just so bizarre to hear, and then to find out it was like nobody really knew who he was. It's just crazy. And also because this kind of became public knowledge. Yeah. What Smag was said on the stream with Toastified, where he was like, "Yeah, Fern was pestering me to get in contact with somebody." It was Tom, because apparently, from what even Fern told me, Tom reached out to him to make a deal
Mm-hmm.
for him to write for his videos.
Yep. I remember he told me, he came to me first. He was like, hey, look, I got a message from Turkey Tom, and he showed me the message, and he was um, like, should I accept the job or whatever? And I was like, okay. Um, I don't know if that, I think that's, I'd have to actually go through my messages, my phone messages for that one, but let's see. It's not loading. Shit. But I do remember that, and it's like kind of funny now that I know that there's a probability that a lot of Fern's posts was made by AI. So
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
it's in my document. I sent it in the chat we're in.
I mean, that wouldn't
Uh,
surprise me because AI is. I mean, I posted something on Twitter a little while ago that I found funny, which is like AI, like ChatGPT knows about cope and seethe, which is weird. Like that's weird to me. So
Kind of weird.
you know, like really, like Diorio Chud, I get it, like, but cope and seethe, that's fucking bizarre. Like, what the fuck? You know, yeah, it is weird. So I can believe that. I think it's funnier to believe that. I guess, was there anyone else kind of knocking around this community who we've not become aware of yet that kind of also have maybe stuff that's either going to come out or were kind of spurgy?
No. Everybody else besides Hempleton and Fern were like relatively like normal. Like nobody else really said anything like that, did anything like that. Everybody else, for the most part, from what VC calls that I've been in, are just either just like people who are doing whatever they're doing, or just like chilling out, I guess you could say. It was mostly just them two who would just kind of freak out, because even during the when Morale started leaking a bunch of the DMs from Darcy, I DM'd Fern and I'm like, hey, why are you? Because originally Fern told me that he was never flirting with this girl. And then Morale leaked it, and I see an obvious like flirty DM, and he's like, "Oh, I was just trying to get information if Morale is dating Darcy." And I was like, "Sure." And then I asked him again. I'm like, "Dude, like this is very obvious. You're like flirting with this girl. Like, why are you lying? Like, I don't care. Like, it's really funny." And he was just constantly he was pestering me. He's like, "Oh, do you want to call? We can call and talk about it. I can give you the context." And I just left him on red because I'm
I
like,
mean, what fucking context can you give for those messages? They're insane.
yeah, and that final like that final like goodbye message he gave to her, I'm like, dude, like, there's no context. I don't need context.
Oh.
I know what happened.
He
Like,
he made me look through those before he sent them to Darcy. And he remind you, he only knew her for like 2 days, and he was saying like, "Oh, I love her" or whatever. And I was like, "This is someone you just met on the internet. What are you talking about?"
The fuck?
Wait,
Okay.
what? Wait, repeat that? I'm sorry. I missed that whole statement. Repeat exactly what you just said.
Yeah, so he only knew like Darcy for 2 days, but he said he knew her for like a week or something. And then he made me look over like because what happened was that she blocked him, and he kept telling me that he didn't know why, and he started saying, "Hey, can you message her this?" or and I was like, "I'm not gonna do this." And like he just wondered why she blocked him, and then he gave me these things to look at that he was writing, and then he was like, "Do these look good?" And then I think I even have the drafts of what he was writing to her, and I was like kind of just like weirded out. So I was like, okay, they look good. Like I didn't want to like read through all of it. I didn't even read it.
Wait, and he said he loved her?
Yeah, he said like he really liked her, and like I said you just met her online.
So what made you turn on Furren? Because it sounds like you had, like, if you're like checking messages for him, it seems like you had a fairly good relationship with the dude.
Yeah, we had a really good relationship, but then I started noticing that there were some like holes in his stories, like for like it's kind of goes personal in like a personal thing, but um after like he told me that he didn't want to associate with me anymore if he talked about if I talked about morale again. I kind of got angry at him, and he got in a spat with me, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, like I've given you money and this shit, and you're gonna treat me like this. Like I didn't know I didn't know I was not the only one that was giving him money.
I mean, how much
Actually,
money did you give him?
I gave him like $55, maybe a little bit more. I'd have to check, but I think it was just 55. It's not like too bad. Um, but like then my mother actually started looking through his Twitter, uh, and she found out that like she put his like Twitter articles in quotation marks into Google, and she figured out that it was like written by AI, and so then that's when I started doing like the AI look into stuff. And I think the reason why, as I kind of mentioned, is like I turned on Fern was after the whole thing with the him like trying to ruin a friendship over a while. And he didn't even say it was just him that was gonna like disassociate from me. He said it was gonna be everyone in that group.
Wait, so he threatened to blackball you?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. He's trying to be a shot caller. Oh my god, no.
Okay, that's pretty
Oh
funny.
my
That's actually
God.
pretty funny.
That's
Um,
hilarious. What? Who does he think he is?
Speaking of money, if you're enjoying the stream, please like and subscribe. And if you're really enjoying the stream, then don't forget to donate. If you'd like to buy a membership, we have 3 tiers. Molding, if you would like your name at the end of videos. Coping, if you would like access to my inbox to give recommendation for membership streams. And if you just want to give a little bit of support and become a member, you can become a seething member and get access to our membership streams.
You know what? I want to talk to Fern.
Oh no.
Fern
Somebody
will never.
somebody bring me Fern.
Riley, as funny as that would be, this guy will never talk on the stream. This guy he made it very clear with me that he never wanted to do anything in the public. He just wanted to do his articles and then just like work behind the scenes with people. That's all he wanted to do. So this drama hitting him is really funny to me because he
Then
literally
let me
wanted to.
talk to him behind the scenes.
I mean, do you have iMessage? I can give
Hell
you his.
no.
Oh,
No, I
Is
don't.
that how he communicated? iMessage?
yeah. We became like really good friends, and so then he started doing like he was like, "What's your iMessage or whatever?" Because I just got an iPhone, and so we would start talking on there. But I know he has group chats with Hempleton on iMessage. He told me before with like some other YouTubers or something, and I was like, "Huh?" Like I don't know if they would, go on an iMessage thing or whatever, but that's what he told me.
Yeah,
Thank you, Soul
I knew-
Skibbity, for the 2. Appreciate it. Seven more than you've given to Farron. I appreciate that. I don't get this whole begging people for money shit. I mean, I do. Who doesn't want to? I mean, it's always this way. Like, it's like all these spurgs, like with the around the Echo stuff, was all like Echo giving just tons of money to people, for nudes and things, or I mean,
At least it was a supply and demand with Echo.
yeah,
though.
I suppose at least there was a transactional
He was
element
paying
to
for
it.
product, you know.
I mean, so Furin was
Actually.
so like desperate for work, it seems.
Not really. I don't think he ever wanted to work. He kept telling me these things like, "Oh, he was like, I have a spine growing disorder." And remind you, he's 27.
What,
and
he
he kept
can't grow
telling
one?
Apparently not.
But he kept saying like that his spine was growing and he was in a lot of pain. That's one reason he couldn't work. But he's also like an illegal American in Mexico.
Wait, what?
And so he can't get like a work permit there.
He should go and hang out with Ralph.
So yeah, he does live in Mexico because in his fridge he does have stuff from Mexico. So because my mom lived there, so she knows.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ! I hope this is crazy. What other turns can we take with this? Now he's an illegal in Mexico.
I mean, was Darcy the only one, or was there like a little fucking e-girl group around these two?
They're
They're spooks.
There's a lot. He would message a lot of the women in there.
You did?
They don't want to leak it, but I've seen the messages and they're very funny. So I'm a little upset that they don't want to leak it.
Wait, so were they trying to run like a harem? Were they trying to be
Seems
like
like
the big shots of small commentary? Like, what the hell is going on over there?
It's really funny. I want to see it like that, but no, I don't know. It was just really weird that there was just so many women. I've never seen a ratio for men to women in Discord like that hard as much as in Templeton's server. It was very funny. Like every week there'd just be like some random new like e-girl in there. And then
Oh yeah, there was.
Hempleton would have DMs with them. And like you could kind of tell that he was like having DMs. And he admitted in a VC because Gamma was like making a joke. He was like, "Hey Hempleton, so how many women are you sexting?" And he was like, Gamma was like, "Are you sexting women, or do you do this?" And then Hempleton he was like, "Yeah, I do this. I do it. I'm not gonna lie about that." And I was like, "Okay."
The fuck.
Okay, we need Gamma in here. I need to know the answers on what Hempleton.
Okay, I might add Gamma to the call. Just quickly, Slug. I blame Xylee for all the spurgs being dumb. True, Xylee. Xylee, you're meant to be tard wrangling. What are you doing?
No, not that group. What? I can only listen. Okay. AWT was enough. Just saying.
I've added Gamma to the call. He might not pick up, but I have added him to the call.
He better pick
Oh.
up.
No, doesn't want to join in.
$500.
Listen, he's asking $500. Doesn't even join the call. I'm about to drive. Give me 10 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, you're in the call when you want to join.
There is also like more stuff with like the work thing. Supposedly he was telling someone in like I think it's Quokka. She's in Toastify server. He told her that he was legally blind, but that doesn't make sense because I mean you can be legally blind, but at the same time it seems like she was making it out like he was like actually blind, like couldn't really see at all. But then he has like playthroughs of Sekiro on his channel, so it's just like I'm guessing that was going to be another excuse for him to not work, but who knows?
Okay, so
Here, my theory on why Fern didn't want to work is, I don't think he wanted a normal job. I think he wanted to be here in the community, doing something and getting paid for it. I have a big feeling that that's why he never went out to look for a real job, because all he just wanted to be in the know, behind the scenes, because it's very clear that that is what he wanted by the way he talked about everybody. It was
Yeah.
like,
So
"Oh,
I think
I'm
there's
in the
this
know."
I think there's this element where a lot of people kind of want the status of knowing people like Diorio or Chud or whoever, because then they get to do the thing of like, oh well, yeah, I know this person. You know, I'm kind of behind the scenes and I get to hear that information. Fuck, I actually had this conversation with somebody recently, and after saying that would make me sound like a total cunt if I said who. But but I think this is something that like quite a lot of different creators do experience, and I know that like I know that certainly like with Chud, this has come up with like Evan recently through the Jar drama. And you can kind of see it in the DMs, even with actually with Jar as well. Like I can get Chud onto side and things, so like you can play that sort of game. So it's not a surprise, but at least like with some of those, like they're known. Like people knew who Evan was because he'd been knocking around. He may be like a little spurg, but like people were aware. Whereas with this, it's just like a literal nobody. I think what caught my attention as well was the messages where, like, again, Furren was like, I've been around this community forever. I didn't know who these, you know, I've seen all this happen before. And it's like, who? I mean, if you're not even known to now recording, like in a real sense, you really aren't, you've not even hit commentary hell levels. Like, I'm not sure what to, you know, I'm not sure what to say to you. That's really bad.
True. Like if now recording doesn't know you, you're either in commentary hell or you just weren't known. Honestly, because even they know. I mean, obviously they know small commentary, and it's like, bro, where the fuck do you come from?
Yeah.
Made a long ass Twitter post that I needed a TLDR on because I wasn't reading all that.
Can we talk about this pussy literally writing articles on random chatters that did him dirty? So I've heard this, but I mean, even at this point, I've never read any Furren stuff. So are those posts still up?
His articles,
Yeah.
or
Some of them are.
I think some of them are, but his main account got deactivated. from
Suspended
that.
because
Oh,
he
yeah,
got
suspended.
he told me he talked about the Asmongold situation, and he kind of like didn't like the Asmongold went and like I guess he said pussied out or whatever. And so I'm guessing if I'm correct, he said that people were mass reporting his account and then it got banned.
So okay. So tell me about these chatter articles then.
Oh, I have a little bit of insight on that. Yeah, apparently he was gonna write an article on Spinal BJ. I don't know if you know who that is, Beckett, but it's just like this chatter who's like a lolicon.
Yeah, I listen. People like I think the only knowledge I have of Spinal BJ are that he called into Chuds. It was it was a call. like I've got no strong opinions on it, and apparently he's disagreed with my takes. That's it. That's my full knowledge of Spinal BJ, and that's just from what people have told me, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he was gonna write an article on Stylo as well. And apparently he thought that Stylo and Spinal BJ were cousins or something like that.
What? Why would you look? I love Stylo to pieces. Stylo's hyper based. I can't. I mean, what are you gonna write an article on? Here is once he was finished with the Spinal BJ article, he said that Stylo was next. Jesus Christ. Why would Stylo give a shit? Like Stylo would take that as a compliment to his ability to annoy people. Did he think that it was like a way to take shots at people?
I'm assuming so. Yeah, he was gonna write an article just to take shots at them, because the whole reason that he didn't like Spinal BJ was because I think he like made fun of Fern's like articles, which just called them really boring or something like that. And then
And they
ever
were
since then-
fucking boring. They were like, look, don't get me wrong. Like, you want a resource you can use and like utilize easily, and they're just too long. They're too wordy. And you can kind of see that from the messages. And don't get me wrong. I certainly like I have many winning attributes. Brevity is not one of them. But like, even by my standards, holy fuck, man! Like, shut up.
Conspiracy theory. It might sound crazy, but I feel like Fern actually ran things and he hyped Hempleton up to do the things that he wanted done. Just look at the DMs between him and Hempleton when it's about the girl and he talks about the mustache and knowing that Hempleton turned around and shaved the mustache after those DMs. I feel like Fern ran Hempleton.
Exactly. I wouldn't even disagree with you, because Fern would always, whenever I would tell Fern, I'd be like, hey, did you see like this really funny crash out he had? Or like, did you see like people are covering his like crash out? Fern would always be like, I'm advising Hempleton on what to do and what to say.
Wait,
I'm
what?
on it right now. Yeah.
Well, I'm not crazy then.
Like, okay. Here's the crazy thing. For the whole goblin thing, he also told me this. He told me that he was gonna tell Hempleton what he has to say and like what he should say regarding the situation later on.
Well, I hope that ability to control the narrative sticks with him through his current predicament.
Okay, look, Shelby in chat said very plausible, Xylee, because he was shilling Hempleton's Pomegate and defended it to the death on r/YouTube drama.
I did
Really?
not know that.
That is interesting.
Ooh,
Shelby's such a little
Shelby.
fucking dark
I
horse.
love Shelby. I love me some Shelby. We were buddies during the whole morale stream when everything was going down.
Shelby, like I like Shelby because he never like conditionally likes anybody. It's
Yes,
like
and I respect it. I absolutely respect it. Shelby used to give me a lot of shit, but then Shelby and we connected during the morale stream. I like me some Shelby. Absolutely. No, I seriously think you can tell with those DMs when they were talking about that girl and the way Fern was talking to Hempleton. I think Fern ran everything and he ran Hempleton, and Hempleton, being the pussy he is, did everything Fern told him to do. Hence the reason why he shaved his mustache, which was a big mistake, Hempleton. You should really keep the mustache and grow your hair back out, because that was really the best look you ever had. I'm just saying, throwing it out there.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Actually, that's a good question. Shelby, does he have a Reddit account? What's his Reddit name?
He does have a Reddit. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Absolutely.
And
Sorry,
I learned
I was looking
on-
into it earlier.
I learned on stream that he was also asking for money on Reddit on like the assistance thing.
What?
r/assistance.
Yeah, I have screenshots of that. Hold up, I can send them.
Yeah, send them. That's fucking wild. What?
In my thing with Chud, I think I went too much about like my own experiences with Fern and more like, because I kind of went into detail on like where my money came from that I gave to Fern, which was from my dead grandma's like lawsuit.
What?
It's covered on the Chud.
Well, the good news is you only gave Fern like $55, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's
at least
I was gonna
hit
give him
3
more,
digits.
but I was like, no.
Yeah, but that's okay. At least you didn't hit 3 digits. It's only $55. So, I mean, that's a lot to some people, but still, it could have been worse. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and in the
God, I'm so sorry. That's actually really fucked. So wait, did Fern know about the
Yes.
grandmother settlement.
He
Okay.
so he knew about this. I talked about it in the mod chat before I gave him money. And then after like 2 months, like I knew before that he asked for money once. But then he did it again, and I was like, "Oh, I might be able to help here in a bit." Like this was before I got the money, and well, part of the money. And then he was being more friendly with me because we've never really talked much. And he was like, um, we talked about like because he kept saying, "I need like ham, bread, and milk." It's always the same three things. Um, And I was like, "Oh, okay, like, I understand your situation, like, I've been in a similar situation. I'll give when I get, like, some money, I'll give it to you." And I didn't know when I was going to get it because the date kept changing, and so he texted me and he was like, "Hey, when are you getting the money? When are you getting the money? You said Monday, you said
What?
Tuesday." And I said, like I said, I don't have it yet." So and then he started like I think he started noticing that I was getting agitated, and so then he started like asking me like friendly questions and stuff. Um, and like friendly stuff, saying friendly things to me, and I mean I should have taken that as a red flag. And then it's just like it happened I think once
Jesus, and I feel
again.
bad shilling on stream. Holy fuck. Like, what the hell?
And so uh it was just kind of crazy. And then learned recently that he took money from my friend who has cerebral palsy. Um, and I have it's also in my document I did. I have the screenshots. Um, he he did it in the mod chat, and I think it was like a month before I gave him money, and he said in the mod chat like I need like money or something, like I won't be able to eat soon. And then my friend was like, oh, okay, like he DM'd him and said like, do you need like I'll help you out with your situation. Um, so
So,
go ahead.
Jesus, because I'll be honest with you. I was like, oh, we can talk about Furren because I wasn't planning to put him in the video, but I think he's gonna have to go in the
Well,
video.
I think he needs to go in the video. You know what? I'm tweeting it out right now. Fern was the mastermind.
Holy fuck! What the hell? That's so fucked up. I mean, I'm actually in shock. That's fucked.
Yeah, and my
Jesus.
friend was texting me a bit ago because he was watching the Chudge stream and was telling me like a bit about stuff, just like because he was like the blind thing when I was talking about fur, and he kind of mentioned something on that. So I feel bad for him a lot more than in my situation. I think I felt more bad for my mom because I like gave some of the money to Furrin after you know that whole situation. So I think you can kind of see like why I kind of turned against Furrin after
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
shit. And
absolutely. I mean, it makes
so
perfect sense. I have been sent a couple of images from friend of the stream. From a friend of the stream, I've been sent a couple of Reddit images, so I'm gonna have a quick read of these as well. From Furren. Okay, so this is, I'm not sure what subreddit this was posted to. I mean, all subreddits are essentially the same. All Redditors are evil. Zami, I can imagine if you were heavily bullied and felt like most people didn't care enough to help, you could have intrusive thoughts like this. When I was in school, police came and still no one did anything. People just kept bullying. Unfortunately, a lot of bullying, most even, goes on without much being done about it. Doing this isn't a justification, but I guess that as someone who was heavily bullied, I understand in a way, and it sucks that it goes unpunished most of the time. Jesus Christ, what a fucking schizo trauma post. As somebody who was bullied, I think bullying is bad. Hashtag not all Redditors. Listen, in this case... no, I was going to go on a schizo Reddit rant. I do those too much. Fucking hell. Okay, so this is also... Okay, what's this one? I hope things get better for you. I've been through CSA myself, and have seen my family go through the same thing. It's not easy to endure such challenges in our lives. Whatever else you may be going through, you need to know that it will never be resolved or get better for you, even if you... What? Wait, what? Whatever else you may be going through, you need to know that it will never be resolved or get better for you if you choose to give up. Okay, cool. You need to keep going forward. Push forward. I thought it was like...
Yeah, I thought so.
I was like, the way that read, I was like, whatever's happening to you, just know that you're always going to suffer. And I was like, it's kind of based. Right. That's the only way you can find happiness and get through the worst of the worst. If you want to be in a better place, you need to accept that what has happened. Try to let go of whatever you hold within you that has built up and look at how you can overcome what bothers you. In the end, you'll be free and stronger for it. There's nothing wrong with forgiveness. You don't absolve the wrongdoing of others by doing so. In fact, you absolve yourself from / remove what you've held within, freeing yourself or whatever sadness, pain, hatred, or negative feeling that has been putting a strain on within you over time. I hope that you come to understand this. It's okay to let things go. You'll be letting... Jesus fucking Christ. No wonder you are fucking bullied, dude. Like, I'd bully you. I am bullying you. You'll be lifting weight off your chest, freeing yourself of the past, and paving a way for you to only look forward and to be happy. This is what I did when I was in my early teens. I was touched by an older teenager when I was around 7 or 8, who was around 16. It could have held me down, and I could have bottled things up that would have led me to harbor hatred or something negative that wouldn't allow me to be happy. I'd be miserable right now. When I finally came to terms with everything in my early teens, I understood what had happened, as well as to let what bothered me. I was able to look forward without feeling that I was left with before. I really hope you can do the same. What the actual fuck?
Bruh.
Okay, look, I get it. People go through traumatic events in their life. I understand. Do you know what the thing to do is? Like, not post it on the internet. Don't post this shit on the internet. Don't tell random strangers about it. It's fucking weird. Again, it's like the Hempleton thing. I can talk about Mama Max because of my personal experiences. And some of that shit was insane. Like, he said in the call with ZV that he was raped because he was accused of raping somebody else. Did I hear that right?
There's a video on it, but I don't know if it's unlisted.
Yeah, it was that apparently he was falsely accused of rape, and that's why he got raped the second time. That's what he said.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
No, you laugh at that. That's fucking
I'm not gonna
completely
do it.
insane.
No, I am going to be a caring person. I am not. I'm going to sit here. That's what I'm going
Sally,
to do.
do you know about the teddy bear incident?
No, what's the teddy bear incident? What?
So, while Hempleton was breaking down, the ZV told Hempleton, he was like, "Hey, is that a teddy bear in your background?" And Hempleton's just crying, and he's like, "Yeah, that's my teddy bear that I've had ever since I was a child." And then ZV was like, "Can you rip up your teddy bear?" And then Hempleton's like, "I don't want to rip up my teddy bear." And then ZV's like, "Wow, so you can't even rip up your teddy bear? Like, you are like useless, basically." And he was like, "I wanted to give this teddy bear to my child." And I'm like, dude, it's unhinged.
Wait,
It's
I have a question. Did he rip up the teddy bear?
He did not rip up the teddy bear.
Oh, thank God.
Unfortunately.
Okay, thank
How,
God.
like, I've got a question from Soul Skibbity. How much of this is true? How do we know he isn't manipulating ZV by lying? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe... God, I've got in trouble for saying shit like this before. But, look, if you lie about a lot of shit, it's very, like... It's very hard to tell if somebody's telling the truth to you about really serious stuff, right? And, like... This is kind of why, you know, he got really offended at Sen for questioning whether the rape story was true. And it's kind of like, well... Why do you care? Why would you bring this up? Why would you even talk about this with people? Like, what was the goal here? Why would you? I don't understand. I just don't understand.
It's a tricky situation Because okay, so the sad fact is when stuff like that happen to people, a lot of people don't have like proof or anything like that, right? So you're left with the thing of, okay, I'll listen to it, but it's like it's something I can't run with. And then when you start hearing it, okay. I have a problem when people use stuff like that when they get caught up in shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that in turn, unless it's about that exact subject or something, when it's constantly being used, it starts to make me think that it didn't happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it makes me start to question.
So
right?
so my position on this is really simple.
Yeah.
And I've always been like, because I'm a big proponent of going to therapy, not like the constant never-ending therapy, but like you got an issue, go to therapy, get it treated. It's like getting like a broken leg fixed.
Yeah.
I've had things happen to me in my life which are like, most recently, I guess, death of my mother, traumatic event. Doesn't really excuse anything though, because like everyone's dealing with shit. So it's like, well, you can't be mean to me because this thing happened. It's like, yes, I can. Pull your shit together, okay? Like, get your stuff together. Sometimes you need to check out and you need to make people aware of that, but you actually check out. Like, it's just like going. I had something quite recently actually, which really messed with me. And I went, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna take a step back from a couple of things. I took some leave from work and I just dealt with it. Because that's what you do, and then you carry on, because that's all you can do. Like stuff that happened years ago, if it's gonna hold you down, and if this is the sort of shit you've got lingering in the background that you're like constantly hurting over, you should not be coming into commentary. You will get eaten alive.
I agree.
You just get eaten alive, because I think it's one of those things where, like, for instance, when people have been annoyed at me every now and again, I'll get a joke about my dead mom. And it's like, that's fine. That's completely fine. I completely understand why you'd make that joke. I'm not angry at you over it. Because you just have to treat it like that. Hello, Gamma. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Gamma.
I had to drop somebody off and I bought food on the way because I'm hungry. What am I needed for again?
Your talks with Furon.
Yes.
My talks with Furon? I don't think I've had any talks with Furon. In particular.
Wait, were you No, I'm sorry. Were you in a BC with Hempleton asking him about gooning to e-girls?
In a public VC?
Yeah.
I was cracking jokes. So like it's sort of like an inside joke that I have with Mrao and a bunch of like other commentary sprigs is don't talk to e-women, right? No e
not a joke.
relationships,
That's
no
actually
parasocial
that's
relationships.
just don't do that.
I stand by that. I stand by that 100%. I personally stand by that 100%. I don't talk to anybody in this fucking scene, and for good reason, right? I say no talks with e-women. So I was like poking fun at the fact that there were girls, more particularly Forest Cat one time in this what's it called in that server that Hempleton had. And I'm not sure if you guys remember the Forest Cat stuff, but that was pretty funny. So I was like, yeah, you better not have any e-girls in here, right? Because you already know the type of shit that you can get into by just having a fucking parasocial idiot around your coattails, if that makes any sense. So I was telling Hempleton, well, Hempleton, it looks like at this point, you're never beating the e-sex allegations, right? It was just a joke. It was genuinely just a joke. And he was like, what allegations? Like they're not allegations. I was like, oh, so you're confirming? And he was like, well, I'm not gonna deny them. And he didn't seem like particularly embarrassed to admit it, right? And so, I mean, I don't that's as far as the extent of that conversation went.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a little Mr. Gooner.
Well, I've got something else here to read.
Uh-oh.
So we've got some DMs to go through. So Gamma's just in time for Thanksgiving DM leaks.
We love Thanksgiving.
The Thanksgiving feast?
Yes, and the menu is Fern and Hempleton. Let's fucking go.
I have make chicken, so I'm just gonna eat them while I listen to this.
Christ. Okay. Right. Hempleton. I don't think she's ready for something like that yet, but we def talk a lot. Fern, damn, so you're interested her. Jeez. Oh, these are the ones I read on our recording.
Yes, okay. And these are the ones that You know what? I'm sorry. I think Fern was running things
Wait,
behind
someone
the scenes.
leaked these already? Okay.
Oh wait, are
Oh,
these
well-
not? Wait, are these new? Hold on.
Because this is what Fern sent me, because he was telling me, like, oh, Hempleton is also, like, he really likes Darcy and that, and I don't have a chance. And then after this, he was like, oh, I have a chance, because they're not
Oh shit,
dating.
no, these are different. These are just like another section of the conversation. What the fuck? Hold on. Damn, so you're interested, Herges. Hempleton. Yeah, for sure I am. Why, what's up? She made it pretty clear she's not in a place for a relationship or anything though, so I'm not hedging my bets on it. Fern, I'm just curious, that's all. I thought you were in love with your ex, so it's surprising to see you thinking about someone else already. I know how much you were affected by what happened back during the beginning of the year. Hempleton, I was in love with the ex before my last one, lol. Could have gotten lost in translation a bit though. That was mostly why I talked about her so little. Fern, do you still think about either? What the fuck is with Fern? Do you still think about your ex, Hempleton? Can you just tell me what do you think of her? Jesus Christ. Not really, to be honest. When I see pictures of the one who broke my heart, I still think about what could have... Jesus Christ, but I get over it quickly. Fern, why not try to see if it's still a possibility? I was in love once. I'm something of an in love once myself.
Before we continue with this, I'm sorry to interrupt, but can I give like my own disclaimer real quick? I'm sorry to make it about myself.
Sure.
Jesus
It's okay.
Christ.
Okay, so fuck, man. And you guys can roast me for this. You guys can hate on me for this. I give you full permission. But I fucking hate when like this fucking cringe personal bullshit becomes content and becomes drama, right? Like this is the type of stuff that I'm pretty like heavily against when it comes to the commentary scene, because I don't like seeing it no matter what. Even if it's funny, I just don't like seeing it, because like, you know, relatively like this type of stuff should be stuff that like, you know, remains behind closed doors between trusted individuals. But the issue is that nobody in this fucking scene is trustworthy when it comes to Spurgs. Like they'll fucking throw you to the wolves at a first fucking whiff of blood, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. And you know what? That's how they got into this predicament, because they
Yeah.
thought they were wolves and they
Mhm.
thought they were going to burn a bunch of people, and now they fucked around and found out.
Okay, so here's the thing. Your job as a content creator is to make content and accept that you will be covered as content, but you should never become the story.
You should never become the story.
And the problem with all this is, sure, it's like, what's a good way to put this? I can see the ethical questions of covering leaked DMs of people's like interpersonal relationships. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, these are people who are quite happy to do that to other people and try and manipulate kind of the community around them. And frankly, yeah, I've got very little sympathy, I suppose is the best way to put it. Especially with people who are, I don't know, begging people for money because they were getting a payout over their dead grandmother.
I understand. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I'm like very moral froggy about this. Like to me, I am extremely sympathetic when it comes to this stuff. So like, you know, that's just me. I personally, you know, wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But you guys can. I mean, at least I can sit here and watch you guys do it. At least I don't have to partake.
Well, at least I know one day Gamma will not be reading any DMs.
No, it'll be Gamma's DMs. Whenever people say things like that, they've got something they're like, listen, I don't think we should do this. Secretly, they're like, maybe I should just delete this chat.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
There we go. I haven't fallen for
will
anyone.
say this was leaked to me by Furren. So he was leaking this conversation with Hempleton to me and wanted my opinion on it.
What the fuck is wrong with these resets? I haven't fallen for anyone the way I have for Darcy, though, so I'm just feeling that out and seeing how it goes. But again, since she's not ready for any sort of relationship, I'm not going to hedge my bets on anything. We both talk a lot, though, throughout the day. Have they seen what Darcy looks like?
No, I don't think so.
Only Hempleton. I think they have. I'm pretty sure they have, because Hempleton at this time was FaceTiming her. From what
Okay.
No, Darcy told me she's never FaceTimed with him.
Okay, so Elijah, okay.
Yeah, she said that
Shocking.
he's been
No.
lying about her.
Actually, no. There was a stream I do remember where Darcy did show her face.
So yeah, so Furren leaked some DMs and Templeton's leaked DMs. I mean, God, fucking just, I don't know. Just, Jesus Christ.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
from
wait.
my-
Hempleton, or the other leaks, so they're just like this, but they have like the blue background, the gray background.
Yeah.
That Hempleton leaked to Darcy. Who did these come from?
These were from Furren.
They leaked the same fucking DMs to
Yep.
different people.
Mhm.
These backstabby little bastards. Oh my god, they were fucking gay-opping each other.
Yeah, they were. It's kind of like Fern told me he doesn't. He left it. Actually, Fern left the server because of this. I think like this was one of the reasons why, because of like Darcy and this situation. And then he came back, but yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
Hempleton.
God.
Like I said, it's fleeting because after those thoughts comes all of the reasons we're not together anymore. Furren, does she know about you liking her, and is she interested, or do you think so, if you don't mind my asking? Furren, I get it. Hempleton, yeah, she does. I was upfront about it pretty early on, and that's why I know she's not in the place for a relationship, because she told me, and just shared a bunch of personal stuff with me. Jesus Christ. It wasn't a direct refusal, so I think there's a chance, but again, I respect the hell out of her regardless, so I'm not hedging my bets on her coming around to it. Why'd you ask all of this, lol? Hempleton, I talked about it the first time we FaceTimed, and I make her laugh a lot. She def enjoys me, but if that doesn't morph into anything, that's fine, because I think she's great regardless of prospects. Furren, I'm actually a pretty curious person, yes you are, and it helps to distract myself like this, talking, and because of what is going on in my life right now. Neither of you fuckers have a life. Hempleton, yeah, fair enough. I'm an open book, so ask away. Furren, so she didn't refuse, but in your opinion, it's not a direct refusal? Did I interpret that right? God, these fucking losers. Holy
Yes.
fuck.
Yes, they are. They're losers.
Holy fuck. Ugh.
Beckett, look at the group chat. That just happened right now.
Wait.
Bruh.
From my understanding, from somebody that was in that call, apparently Hempleton confronted K-Huck because she leaked those DMs. And apparently she started getting choked up because everybody was kind of shitting on her because she didn't know the whole context of what was going down. So
I mean, fucking, I don't know.
She leaked. Oh, wait. They're getting on her for leaking those DMs from who? To who?
To me, just now.
From this one, or though she leaked them to Fauci last night because she said so in the chat. So what were they arguing with her about? Leaking them on this one? Are they watching right now?
on this one, yeah.
Hi guys.
Obviously, Hempleton's watching this.
Hempleton, do you want to phone
Hempleton.
it? Do you want to phone
Call
in?
in, Hempleton. You want to be a pussy and get on a girl with a bunch of people in the chat with you? Then jump in here. Come on, come and fight this girl.
This guy's awesome.
Hold on.
This guy's awesome.
British just sent me something as well. Give me a second. British, can I show this? I really like British's message that went along with this DM as well. I'll just read this little bit of it, which I was thinking, who does he think he is, lol?
Let me mess. No, ma'am.
Fuck it.
No.
Fuck
We-
it. Do you
we
know
are
what?
not doing this today.
I'm just gonna add him to the group, cool. I'm just gonna add him to the group, cool. Oh, I can't. I can't. We're no longer friends. I can't add Hempleton to the group, cool. That's very sad. He unfriended me. I can't believe it.
He's unfriended most people, and then he's also deleted messages, like also Fern did as well. So
Okay. Well, Hempleton, you're very welcome to come on and call in and not be a fucking pussy. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't, I don't know. Get on K-Huck. The leaking stuff. It's like, yeah, you can share it. Okay, cool. Give me a sec. I'll bring this up on stream.
Oh, I can't add them anymore either. Oh.
Lumpy Willie, are there any questions you have for me, Lumpy Willie? You've been
just
slighting me the last couple of days, bro.
Just very quickly. Just very quickly. Right, okay, let me read this first. Hempleton, the message is comment, I'm assuming in Chud's chat from British. It just feels like every piece of advice he gets goes in one ear and out the other at this point, sad to see. Which is, you know, pretty chilled message. Was sent this, be honest man, have you been saying things without my knowledge, or is this a one-time comment that you didn't mean in any negative way? I'm sorry for asking, but it's just that I've had a few people recently go behind my back, and it honestly just really sucks. I'm just trying to figure out right now who's real with me and who is somebody that I should just immediately avoid. I'm just sick of dealing with so many people trying to drag me down. I hope that I hope that you understand. Okay, so I should be honest as well, like, I'm a big believer in saying things publicly. As you can probably tell, I am very much the sort of person who will just fire up a stream and say things publicly. You won't get behind the scenes stuff that's radically different with me. But like, listen, Hempleton, because I know you're watching. Go and talk to Chud. Go and talk to Chud. Chud's the one who, like, honestly, you should be having this conversation with, because you did slight him. And you did call into question his coverage, and you sent him a load of shitty DMs, and you gave him a little thumbs up. But yeah,
DMs. I never saw those DMs. Did he show them on stream? I need to find the stream where he showed them, because I never saw them.
Yeah,
I heard they were crazy.
They were just like a huge, long fucking diatribe. I'll send them to you later. I'm not reading the whole thing out because it's fucking insane.
Oh God. Yeah, just send them to me later because I want to see them. That's all. I mean, I don't need them right now.
Yeah, listen, Hempleton, if you don't want a group call, I can completely understand that. Like, you've held enough group streams. If you just want to call just you and me, you can call me. I'll pick up. We can talk about this. Come back from the ledge, little bro. Actually, I want to know about the lyrics thing. Hempleton, I want to know about the lyrics thing. I want to know about the lyrics thing. I want to know why you said you were Lyrics' co-host. And I know that you said that, by the way. I can evidence that live if you need me to. If you want to deny it. So I'd like to know about that. I'd love to know about some of the shit with morale. And I'd like to frankly know, because I mean, listen, the Fur and Darcy stuff is mostly me laughing at Furren, to be honest. But yeah, I've got questions, buddy. I mean, listen, I've probably got enough to go on. And yes, for chat, this is me directly talking to Hempleton at this point. This is me just saying it honestly, because I know you're there. I've got enough to go on for the video I'm putting together. But if you've got any answers to any of this stuff, you should talk to me. Because I will, in the same way I've done, like, with everyone. I will not clip you out of context. I will just show what you say. Because it seems like, to me, what you've done is essentially said one thing publicly and one thing privately, which is the real fucking problem. And it feels like you have fucking snake people. And the fact that you call K-Huck into a fucking call while you guys are all leaking fucking DMs, it's fucking ridiculous. She asked you whether these were interview questions, and they're interview questions. There's nothing even that bad in them, mate.
No, they're not.
It's just like going the Beckett video is what caused it. Which, again, is literally just a funny confirmation for me. that I knocked over a domino. That's it. That's all it is. But unfortunately, you have a fascinating arc. Unfortunately, you have a fascinating rising up through the Mama Max thing and claiming to be Lyrics' co-host. Which, yes, again, I can evidence. Should you disagree with me? With your own words. With your own words. And secondly, from kind of the perspective of how this has kind of spiraled out of fucking control, because it didn't need to. Come on, Hempleton, prove you have balls. Listen, look, I don't think Thorin's gonna phone in because he's a fucking coward. But I don't know. I don't know if you're at the point where you don't think you can phone into a commentary stream, I think you might actually be done. And it's not like I'm Chud. I'm not sat here with like 1,000 viewers. Okay, you're not gonna be seen by 30,000 people, having a conversation with me.
Yeah, I mean, Hempleton was even afraid to go on Aiden's stream the other night because he was like, "Oh, I just shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be answering these questions or whatever."
Well, he phoned into Aiden's,
I'm in the call.
you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even then, he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't even be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, do you guys have any more questions? Because otherwise, I should leave. I don't even want to be doing this." It's really weird. It's really bizarre.
Because the next stage is if Hempleton doesn't phone in, I'm going to phone... Who else was in this fucking call?
Okay, I can tell you. It looks like Amos and Burn the World, Chris, Flatley, Hempleton, and K-Hug. Which one? Which one do we want to add? I'll add them right now.
not
Which one do you want to add?
Chris. Oh shit.
I ain't adding Chris. I can tell you that.
Don't add Chris.
Let's add Flatley to this call. Let's add. I've got some questions for Flatley. Let's add Flatley to this call.
Okay. Gamma wants to know, do we want to add morale?
We can add morale. Let's have a little get together. I'm very annoyed actually that you've done that to K-Huck. Okay, I think that's a completely fucking. I think that's a completely fucking ridiculous thing to do. Actually, come here. let's have a little chat about this, shall we?
Are we adding Flatley?
Yes, we're adding Flatley.
Oh, okay, I'll add Flatley. One moment, please.
Because Hempleton's too scared to turn up.
Okay, who answered? Because I'm wrong screen. Who answered?
Morale's here.
It was the
Morale
burger guy.
Good evening, Catboy. How you doing, bro? Welcome.
Flatley answered.
Welcome to the little fucking intervention stream. Flatley, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I was zombies with the boys. What's up? What did I miss?
I've got a question for you. What the fuck is going on in that little VC, and why is K-Hut getting shit?
Oh, we just wanted to ask Kayuk what her intentions were with leaking everything. That was literally it. And then she kind of just like freaked out about it. We're like, it's not that serious. She kind of just got caught lying. That was it.
Wait, she got caught lying about what?
She claimed she didn't know about how Beckett and Xylee felt about Hempleton, but then the screenshot clearly states 4 days ago that she did know. You know what I mean? That was literally it. It's literally the gayest shitter drama ever. And she was like freaking out.
Well, I mean,
everybody were like, and then we brought Hempleton in because she said Hempleton said it was okay for her to leak DMs, but then Hempleton said, I never said you could do that. And I don't know if I believe Hempleton.
I was about to say, because Hempleton is the beacon of truth.
I mean, looking at those DMs, they look pretty like you can ask me questions, to be honest.
So what I think happened is because KX said it was a VC, I think Hempleton may have said it in the VC, but
right.
I'm not inclined to believe anything Hempleton says at this moment in time. I can't trust him at all. Mm-hmm. And it was really just more of like an optics check with K-Huck because I was recording the VC. I'm not really going to release it or anything like that, but I told her, like, how would you feel if I recorded this VC and released it? You see what I mean? That optically speaking, that's gay as fuck to leak drama. And I only said this to K because I actually do like K-Huck and like K-Huck, I actually care about you. Optically speaking, you got to be better than that if you don't want to be known as a spur. You got to be above all that. You can't just like anytime someone's covering somebody and you got DMs with them, just give it to them. You can't just do that all the time.
What's going on with you and go on, Xylee.
No, I'm still trying to figure out where K-Huck lied.
Oh, she said she didn't know that you Xylee and Beckett were against Hempleton or whatever. She didn't know the full detail. But her
When did she
DMs
say that?
Just now in that call.
Okay. I
She said
mean,
she
like,
didn't fully know what was going on, but the DMs clearly show she kind of knows what's going on.
Wait,
You
the
know what I mean?
DMs that we read, she didn't fully know.
Well,
Because
she referred to
Hempleton in
you
that
two.
DM, she told him in those DMs that we saw that she was like, yeah, Beckett and Xylee, they wouldn't confront you for no reason. She didn't give detail like she knew I cussed his ass out.
No, I don't think she knew that.
yeah,
But
and
she
I
knew that
also
you guys weren't, like,
do
in
know.
favorability with Hempleton.
Well,
was the
actually,
point I
I
was
mean, I can hold on. I might actually be able to swing this a little. Let's just have a look at the date. So that was like
all I wanted to know was
yesterday?
what her motive was. I was like, what was the point of sharing that, K-Hook?
I mean, from
You just,
K-Hook's
like, freaked out.
perspective. Well, from K-Hook's perspective, I imagine it was a question because I was wondering a little while ago what caused the meltdown, and the fact that Hempleton says in those DMs it was my videos, kind of interesting information. There's nothing like majorly bad in that because people have been debating the domino fall effect essentially. But I suppose my like wider question is like, what's going on with you guys and Hempleton then during this whole fallout?
So that Discord that we're in, we invited Hempleton, and that Discord is specifically all the people that are cool with each other that was around Hempleton, but we kind of just annexed him from everybody because we all play, like Amos and Chris and all of us, we all kind of play Call of Duty and stuff like that together in Spinling. So we're just like, all right, we're gonna hang out, but homeboy's booted, so we're doing this. And then we literally brought him into the Discord just to ask him the one question and banned him. And then it like kind of just like, I mean, I was shitting on it on Twitter. I didn't think it was that big a deal. I was like, all right, okay, you just got caught being a little shitter. That's it. There's no underlying issue. There's nothing.
Okay,
going on.
you can see why I'm asking the question though, because it seems like this little group has like been running ops, and also you guys, you know, you've been in Discords and calls and streams with this dude, and no one's really brought that up. So I'm asking the question now, like, so how much did you know about this shit, Flatly, while it was happening?
With regards to like Hempleton or
yeah, how aware were you?
I didn't know specifically what he did to Mark against you, Beckett and Xylee, but then kind of just hanging out in VCs, I was like, okay, he definitely dished something, and I'm not being told the truth. And lo and behold, I start getting more and more information. I'm like, all right, Hempleton definitely wasn't telling the truth, and maybe Morale was right in this situation. And then I sat in a VC with Morale, and we talked about me, and I'm like, this isn't the Morale that I was being portrayed with at all. This is some normal dude. He's just shooting the shit. We didn't talk once about drama. I was like, all right, this is fucking content brained as fucked. And then the whole thing happened with
So
Hempleton.
you understand what Hempleton did after you watch Beckett's stream, right? Or Beckett's video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
What was the image of me that you were provided by Hempleton? Because I've heard like from multiple people that Hempleton has like
it was like
talking about me.
You would step on anyone you'd seem you need to get ahead in life kind of person. You know what I mean? Like you were just like a narcissistic,
what does that mean?
Condescending piece of shit, you know? Just like
okay, well that's true. I'm incredibly condescending.
Yeah, but it's like you didn't give a fuck about anybody. And I was like, it's just fucking internet, bro. Like, I don't know.
Do you like so all this information has started to come out, and I'm kind of interested here because like you're somebody who sort of knocks around like the now recording adjacent spaces, and I don't mean that in an insulting way. It's just I'm trying to make this as easy as for people to understand who aren't familiar with sort of commentary hell as possible. So with kind of Furren and Hempleton, were you given the impression these two knew bigger creators?
Oh, 100%. Let me tell you what, brother. 100%. I was told stuff about fucking lyrics. I was told stuff about Toastify. I was inclined to believe the lyrics thing because of the Toastify stuff. And then the whole Fern and Chud Logic thing happened. And I was like, this is some fucking, like, if there was a commentary hell, this is like, this belongs in a lower pit of that or something. This is some crazy parasocial shit. But yeah, no.
Dude,
hanging
the
around
shit
them,
he told me.
It was insane. The whole love triangle, or I don't even know if I can say that.
The lyric shit that he told me was so fucking weird. he made it come off like him and Lyrics would just like chat
Buddy.
the shit.
Yes,
And, like, they
bro,
would
like,
talk, and like apparently Lyrics would be like, "Lol, yeah, like Kai, like my girlfriend, like here's what's been going on with that," and it's
Mhm.
like that just isn't the case at all. Like I don't think Lyrics would talk about fucking Kai if that situation's real or whatever, fucking whatever. I don't think he would talk about that to anyone related to commentary, let alone related to the internet. Like I don't think that's going anywhere in this space at all. Like, let alone Hempleton. Like I was doubtful, but like at the same time, it was such a small thing. It's like, why would I look into this? It was just a bunch of small lies and stories where it's like, okay, like even if you're lying about this, like how am I supposed to vet this? Like ask Lyrics if you talk to Hempleton about Kai, like what are you supposed to do there to vet that information? Like you can't really do anything. You kind of just have to believe him or call him a liar without any like evidence.
Well, it was weird. I mean, there were a few times where the flag kind of sprung up when he was specifically talking about Lyrics, because I was given the impression that there was like a Discord where all these other creators were in and everything like that, and like Xylee was in there, you know, Chud was in there, Queeman, Lyrics, all these other people were in there, or something
Wait.
like that, and he was like talking to people, or so that was the impression I was given.
Wait. He
And
gave
then-
the impression that Xylee, Chud, and
Like, there was
Queeman
just like
were in a
creator
Discord.
pool or something, you know what I mean? Like some bigger overarching, you know, GC or something going on.
Okay,
But then he
let's
would explain things in so much detail where the red flag would kind of come up. It's like, okay, he's kind of over explaining it. You know what I mean?
let's be very clear about this, because I think Chud mentions this on stream.
There's no cabal. Don't
there's-
break my heart. buddy.
Listen, there's definitely like creator groups, but I will say this: Chud and Queeman are actually not interested in being part of those like Discords. Like I personally have never
Right.
sat in like a chilled call with Chud. Like he just doesn't work that way. For Queeman, the only time that really happens is spicy chat. That's it. That's
Yeah,
where he goes to
he's
hang
in
out.
there.
Like that's just a
He's
thing.
actually in there right now.
Like what's kind of weird as well is like, again, I do know some of these people in these spaces, but then also you've got to remember with Chud, I've known Chud for like 2 years. Like
right.
I've known these people for a while, and it's kind of insane to hear how Hempleton and others have framed these people, because it is so far away from the reality of who they are.
It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. I was gas. Me and Morale, I feel like we were just gaslit the entire time, and I was gaslit into believing certain things. I guess that's my fault though. But
Okay, I'm
No, like,
sorry. I gotta get back to the K-Hug thing real quick.
Sure.
I think you need to apologize to K-Hug, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. There is no difference in what K-Hug gave Beckett tonight than what you've been saying up here about what you've been told about things.
how so?
Because I didn't know I was supposedly part of a Discord with Queeman and Chud.
Well, that's
Which
not
I'm
true. That's
not.
the limit.
Yeah, but that's what he told you, right?
Well,
That was
he
the
didn't say
inference, yeah.
word for
He didn't
word.
say
Like
word
this
for
is what
word.
is the case.
No, Morale,
He-
hold on a second.
No, that was
I don't
the
think
inference.
I don't
That
think
was
K, I
the
don't think
idea.
K-Hug lied. I don't think K-Hug lied. I think when she at the time when she talked to Hempleton in those DMs, I don't think she was lying, but just by the way her answers were in those DMs. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I mean, considering the conversation I had with K-Huck prior to the leak, she was very friendly with him.
Yeah, so
And it just came across as, why would you, if you're really friendly with somebody, why would you just drop DMs like that? That's all I was asking her.
yeah, but friendly doesn't mean friends either.
Well, she considered Hempleton a friend, word for word.
Okay, great. I'll ask her.
That's what she told us.
Okay.
So does
like it.
Hempleton? So my understanding is Hempleton has a new server.
Oh, yeah, he's got like a private one.
Okay, and like of
So-
that group, so you're in there, Burns in there, Ascending, Chthonic, EG, Clover. So like you guys do still have a server that's going on, and you're like rolled in there. Is that right?
I've only joined once, but I would say that's right, yeah.
Okay, so when did that
Yeah.
server crop up?
I I'm not sure. I was only in
It
there
cropped up a
2
while ago.
days
It's
ago.
Furren owns it. It's Furren's private server, and
Right,
I was
that's
in
the
it
one I was
at one
actually
point.
booted from, actually.
Is
Yeah,
that the inner
Wait, there's a
sanctum?
different one.
Morale. This is a different one.
that's a
Oh, okay,
different
okay,
one.
okay.
No, because I
Okay,
got
okay.
booted from Ferns. I only got into this one 2 or 3 days ago, I believe. Let me check the join log. Actually, I don't have mod. I
And
don't
Hempleton owns it.
yeah, he's got that crown server owner right next to his name. Yeah.
Sure.
So, so Hempleton's still like reachable then. I mean, like obviously.
Yeah.
So was he watching this stream, or was it just you guys watching this stream?
No,
and
it
then-
was me. It was just
Okay.
me. I was just watching it on my desktop.
Okay, that makes sense.
He
That makes
wasn't.
sense.
That Discord, that the screenshot that I have is
Mhm.
not from that Discord. That's from a complete. That's Chris's Discord.
Okay, so
That's
So
the one
you
I
took a
wanted to invite
screenshot
Mar
of
out
somebody
to.
else's Discord to show everybody y'all were talking?
Yeah, it was just like a little troll.
Oh.
It's not even that deep. It's just a joke. Like, oh,
yeah,
shit,
no, I mean,
Papa Dog.
you got to remember, like from
Totally
from
happening.
this perspective on the outside,
Right,
like
right,
we're
it was
watching a load of
crazy.
people commit like a ton of fucking ops. It's like, oh, okay, cool, well,
Before I joined in there, I posted another screenshot of the 4 of us because we were playing zombies. Like, oh shit, it's going down again. It's over.
so I
So
mean,
it's
from
really-
the
it looks like a gay app. I could see that, but it's not a gay app at all. From this perspective, outside looking in, I just really wanted to know what K-Huck's intentions were with leaking it. It's kind of like an optics check thing. And then it was just supposed to die there. And she goes,
what's
I'm sorry if it was that way. And I believe I did apologize to her in a private call with me and Byrne with her after. I was like, listen, it's not that big a deal. No one gives a fuck about you leaking DMs with Hempleton. It's just the fact that it was you. If some random shitter leaked DMs with Hempleton, I wouldn't give a fuck. It was
She's
just the
allowed
fact that
to
it was
leak
you,
DMs.
K-Huck.
She's allowed to leak DMs. What makes her so different than anybody else that leaks DMs over there?
Hello.
I would put her above most people. I like K. I would put her above that.
No,
My-
she's not
my
above
image of her.
that. She's a content creator. Ain't nobody above that shit.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, K-Huck?
I personally don't like leaking DMs. That's just my thing.
But you'll read. But if people leak DMs to you,
Of course, yeah.
or you'll read them, right? Okay.
Yeah, if they're already
so,
public, yeah, absolutely.
So there's no moral high authority on that. There's no.
It's just
moral
my
authority
my
on that.
personal DMs. I wouldn't
So
do
what's
that.
so okay? So my question is this: what's your intention like now going forward? Because you guys
There's
guys
no
within that
intention.
server.
There's
No. I mean,
intention.
like generally, like with Hempleton content at all, are you guys like not talking about
Oh,
it, not thinking
no,
about
no.
covering it, or?
I want Hempleton to actually take time away and show the things that he's been saying. Like actually, like actions are speaking louder than words, right? I want him to actually take time away. I don't think he did anything like crazy. He didn't like message a minor or dox somebody. You know what I mean? I just think he needs to take some time away because he's done some wrong. He's lied a lot and done some stuff out of malice and spite. He needs to take some time away and kind of discover himself.
How do you feel about the claims that he was Lyric's co-host?
It's retarded. It's fucking not true at all.
How did I mean
retarded.
here's my question with this. Like I can kind of understand with people who don't know the space hearing those claims and being like, yeah, sure, whatever. How the fuck did you guys hear the claims that he was Lyric's co-host and not go, what the fuck?
He said it to me in like passing because he's like, oh, dude, I'm working on this docket with Toastify, man. This is this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, oh, that's cool, bro. And he was like showing me. And then he goes, oh, yeah, it's something. And then it came up later on in a conversation that he was like a co-host with Lyrics at some point, or he was like a replacement for Smaggle or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, man. I kind of really don't give a fuck, though, kind of scenario. It's like, I just trying to camel grind because Black Ops 6 just dropped when he told me that. And I was like,
Okay.
that's cool. So I didn't really like look into
I mean,
it
did
'cause
that
I was
not
inclined
seem
to
like
believe
a
it 'cause of
story to
Toastify.
you? I feel like if somebody was
It
randomly
seemed weird. You know what I mean? I'm like, I've never seen you interact with Lyrics before, but that was like in the back of my head.
like,
so
you
I
know,
wasn't
somebody
really,
who
like,
had no one has any knowledge of, right? Like turning around and being like, yeah, I'm a co-host for Larry's. Like, I don't know. That I'm amazed that
I
he
also
was
didn't
able to
watch
say
Lyrics
this.
a lot, so I was like, I'm not really into,
Sure.
I don't watch his stream, so I was like, all right, I guess so, whatever, man.
Sure. I mean, like, I don't. Okay, let me put it this way. I've watched a grand total. I think including. I think the things I've watched out of Lyrics are his Elden Ring gameplay footage and then his stuff on Tipster through the Alec Gunter stuff. And I could tell you that Hempleton wasn't a co-host because it sounds so insane. Just purely off the basis of like, you know who this person is. So it's one of those where like now you've got like you've got a little refugee raft of the people who've come out of this community, like Chris, like Amos, and things. So like, are you guys like forming your own little group? Because like it seems like Hempleton
I don't
fulfilled
think
a
so.
need.
It's literally like Spinling will join and they'll play Fortnite, or I'll play Warzone with Aiden and Chris or something. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't think we've really even talked content, actually. I think the only one that is even revolved around content in that group is Amos, and he just edits in the VC. That's it.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it like a content group or whatever.
Okay.
A majority of what people would do in the Hempleton server is also like game. If you looked in the VCs and you saw people there, nobody was talking about like drama. Like people would be playing Call of Duty. If some random guy joined and started like talking about like some Keemstar shit or something, people would
They would get
like, tell him
booted.
to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like we look,
Yeah,
dude,
like-
nobody gives a fuck, bro. It's kind of like the VC in Now Recording, where people just go in there to kind of like hang out and stuff.
I mean, is this like something I've missed? Is it like a big deal when like Diorio turns up in the Now Recording VC to people?
I have no idea. Sometimes
what are you referencing when you say that? Or...
Well, it sounds like, like the DM Chud read out where it's like morale was getting shit on, and like Nick Diorio and Xylee were there and they were like ripping him apart. And I'm like, I mean, the only thing I can think of is, yes, there was like the core stream where we were chatting about this, but the only one I can really think of that's a general thing where I could think like Furren could be in there was Now Recording Open Call. That's just
it
because
would have to have been a Now Recording because
yeah.
The DM he sent me, he mentioned it being on Now Recording. He said I was watching Now Recording with Nicholas Diorio and Xylee and others.
Is that what Fern said?
Yeah, to me. He sent me a 5-paragraph essay on why he didn't want to be my friend anymore, and that was included. So.
Fern does this thing where he'll explain a situation and make it seem way more important and way more exorbitant than what it actually was. And then when you actually go to somebody and ask them about it, it's like, oh no, they just had like a disagreement or so. And you're just like, well, why the fuck did I get like a 9-paragraph essay on what these people were saying to each other? You know what I mean?
Jesus.
It's like that parasocial like. Wait, I actually got a question. So I heard this. I don't know who told me this. This was in the Hempleton's Discord when it was active in the heyday, the golden age or whatever, when Hempleton was blowing up. Did Fern ever write dockets for Augie, or is that a complete falsehood, a lie?
I've never heard of that. I was there
what?
since.
I've
never heard of that either. I don't know who told you that.
He said he was associated with Augie in some way, or rotated around Augie somehow. Or had a connection.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he was bragging about how he was in a group chat with Augie.
It was a group chat, right?
Oh,
and he would like write little fucking newsletters
and
yes. Is that even real?
The Orbiter group chat that Augie's in, yeah.
No, it's real because Smaggle referenced it in the Toastify stream, and I know exactly what he was referencing. Because
what the fuck,
dude?
Because yeah,
Fern
he told
also
me about
said that
it.
he was like good friends with Smaggle or something.
Yeah,
like
he did say that too.
Dude, these people treated Smaggle like a god. They fucking loved that guy.
On his
well, it's Smaggle's the Spurg that went legit. Like,
yeah,
it's like if Smaggle can do it, you can all do it.
Hempleton gave Smaggle like admin in his server for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
K-Huck, I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did Flatley apologize to you?
No.
Flatley, why would you come on my stream and lie? What the fuck,
did I not
bro?
say it when it was me, you, and Bernard said, I'm sorry if you took this hard, but it's just an optics check.
Oh, yes.
It's not that serious.
Hey, Huck, why would you come on my stream and lie about Flatley?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's not
Okay.
that big a deal. It's not that
Let me
big
get
a
this
deal.
straight. So, K-Hug, do you see Hempleton as a friend or were you friendly?
Friendly.
And did you
Right.
get permission to show those DMs? Yes or no?
I was under the impression that I got permission. Yes.
So optics check why?
That for Flatley.
Yeah,
Is that for
that's
me?
Flatley.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's for you.
Oh, because
yeah.
she was just sharing. I just wanted to know what her reasoning to send them to Becca were. That's it.
Well,
I just wanted to know why you were throwing your hat in the ring, but we already discussed that.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Nothing
listen,
wrong. She's a content creator. She's allowed to do it. There's no different. I think what she did was no different than what you've been saying up here, having a conversation about what was going on. I don't see it any different.
Yeah, it's not like Hempleton was in the DMs going, "Listen, let me tell you about the several times I've been violently and brutally raped." It's like Becca started.
Exactly.
Becca started.
no, that did not happen.
You know.
No,
Right,
no,
right.
No. That did not happen. No.
Oh, this stream is so demonetized. Right, okay. No.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, well now we've gathered a little fucking council. Morale, what are your feelings days into this? On day, what are we? Day 5 of the Hempleton endgame.
Like 28 days later, dude. Day 1, day 2. Yeah. I mean, this is like the classic thing I think everyone says or everyone thinks. It's like this all could have been avoided. Like Hempleton had something, right? Like people were watching him. He got like 50 viewers a stream. People were watching this guy. People found something in this guy. I don't know what it was. I just went on the streams to like fuck around. I'm gonna be honest. But like he had something that people liked. So I don't understand why he needed to do all the lying, to do all the weird snaking, to do all the weird clout ladder shit. Like, and it's like I don't even know if I remember him saying the lyrics stuff on stream. Like I was a co-host of lyrics on stream. But even if he didn't, it's like you're telling like random people off stream that you were an ex co-host of lyrics. Like lyrics
Right.
is a larger creator. He's respected, sure, but like, is he really the end all be all? Like, why pick him out of anyone? Like,
Right.
it's just like it all could have been avoided. He could have come back from this. The ZV call was fucking insane. I don't know why he would do that. And then his interpretation, like after the fact, when he was on Aiden's stream, I don't know if you guys saw that. He was like, "Yeah, like I didn't know the call would be leaked." But then he also said that he was recording it.
Yeah,
So he, like, my opinion on that is like, if you press that record button, you are coming to terms with yourself that call is going to be archived some way or another, and it is going to see the light of day. Like you have to come to terms with that. Like whether it's like you accidentally send it, whether it's you accidentally play it on stream, whether it's whatever, like you are coming to terms that this call is no longer a private call.
So I have a take on the ZV call.
Sure.
I don't think the ZV call is honest. I actually don't think this whole thing is I don't think that the ZV call is meant to be, what's a good way, like Hempleton melting down the way he was. I think what Hempleton was doing with the ZV call, with the threats of making a video, is I think he was gathering that so he could make a video out of it in the long term. I think that was always his intention, because there's a couple of things about the way he flips between like his emotional states, and he's very unhinged. But this is like his justification for leaking the call, is he can demonstrate from it the damage done to him, and as well the fact that he pushed back on ZV, allowing him to look like a hero for
I
pushing
agree
back.
with everything, but I came to a different conclusion. So I think the way he flips so quickly, right? Because it starts with him crying, then it starts with him going like, "I'm gonna fucking ruin you. I'm gonna burn. Like I'm gonna take you down with me." And then
I got an update. I just got booted from
Sure.
Hempleton's Discord.
I
just got booted.
Okay.
You're fucking listen, Hempleton. If you're watching, you can phone me and we will have a one-on-one conversation.
Hempleton, I didn't give Beckett any screenshots. Hempleton, I didn't give him the screenshot of who was in the Discord. I'm not.
No, Hempleton,
I
you've
want to
hit
ask
lolcow
you-
status. You are going to be a log now. That is where you're at, okay? Like, you just need to accept it and move on. Morale, go on. What was your different... I like the way Shelby's
it-
like,
it
I see
goes-
what you're saying. Yeah, like, it's just like, that's what I thought. Like, the minute I saw the second call, the Bro 2, that's where I was like, this is an op. This is an op.
Remember what I said on now recording? I said that he knew that ZV was recording it, so it could be played up.
Yeah, he mentions
said it on now recording.
before he starts recording, well, I know that you're going to have
Yes.
OBS up. And then his answer on Adams was like, well,
Yep.
you know, I thought that he wasn't recording or anything else. It's like, yes, but you'd already said that you thought he was and that you were. So
Yeah.
I don't... What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, Morale, what's your theory? Come back to you.
Okay, so first he's like crying. Second, he's like fucking going full schizo. And then third, he's like, I actually care about you. Like, I want to be your friend. I want to help you. I can help you grow. Like, it feels like to me, right? That he was just trying to be really fucking manipulative. He really didn't want whatever ZV had to be leaked, whether it was personal shit or whether it was just DMs of him shit talking me. Like, I don't know. I don't think he was going to make a video. I don't think he was going to make content out of this. I legitimately think he just didn't want any of this leaked. So he was trying different things to try to get what he wanted. So the first one was just sympathy bait, like cry, talk about how you were raped. The second one was like intimidation, like I'm gonna fucking ruin you. And then the third one was like compromise, like I actually want to be your friend, right? Like that's what it comes off to me. It comes off like he was just trying to be manipulative and trying to get what he wanted out of that conversation. One of them being like, or the goal being to get whatever archives EV had, whatever was in it to be deleted. That's what I think. That's the conclusion I came to.
Okay. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I still think it was... I still think this was like a moral play.
What would the video be, though?
I can tell you exactly what the video will be. I could tell you exactly what it would have been. Small-time Discord creator or ZV or morale exposer tries to blackmail people. And this is my story. Because, like, this is kind of how Hempleton operates. You can see this from, like, the Mama Max stuff, where he's like, I can talk about Mama Max because I have personal experience. Like this shit. Like, I can't remember what the other one is. There's another example I brought up the other day where Hempleton is talking about something and he very much uses his own experience to kind of go, well, this is why I have authority to speak about this. It's actually a criticism I've had for him for a while. It's not just bringing up your assault in like an unlisted video that's an issue. It's the fact that when commentators usually bring in personal authority to talk about a story, it's because they are obsessed with putting themselves at the center of it, because that is a flag to other creators. You can talk to me because I know. This isn't unique to Hempleton. A lot of people do this, and they're always fucking liabilities.
Well, here's the other interesting thing that happened in that call, because I asked him that when he mentioned about the video, because in passing, it moved on really quickly, but originally Hempleton said, well, I was going to clip up the call and use it in the ZV video. So I 100%, think Beckett's theory is correct here. And what I think happened is Hempleton was being manipulative in this call. He switched from crying to like Joker style rants in an instant. I feel like he was gonna, and he said himself, he said, I didn't want this call leaked, yet he's gonna clip the call out of context and put in these clips in that video to use it to make ZV look bad. What he was gonna do, and this is my theory, is he was gonna put in all the clips where he's crying, talking about his teddy bear, his like rape stories or whatever, and try to like frame it as like ZV got all this information out of me, and then he was gonna play the second part, but as in like, oh, I started fighting back, and then he like backed down from it. I just feel, and then Hempleton later on, he started saying, well, the video wasn't even an idea, but he's bringing it up when I questioned him about it and bringing up the idea of clipping up the call. So this 100% was going to come out. And I even told Hempleton this. I'm like, dude, if you were going to clip up that call in the video, everything was going to come out. So I don't know why you're complaining about people talking about it. Like, you were going to make this content eventually. And even ZV said in other streams, from what I saw in comment sections, that it was a matter of time before this came out. ZV was going to leak it regardless. So nobody influenced him. This was already just bound out. It just happened earlier than anybody expected.
But earlier than Hempleton expected.
Yeah.
You want to know what I don't get?
I
I'm
don't
probably
get a lot of this.
I'm probably the only person here who thinks this. Why the fuck isn't Hempleton streaming? He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have any social obligations. He's literally just behind the scenes, like crying about this. Like he has literally nothing else going on. And he's just, because he's just sitting like behind the scenes whining about shit, like he's just making himself look worse. Like I don't think this
Howard
is
does.
something he can't come back from.
Howard
right?
does. No, actually, okay. A
Probably.
few people have said this, because like they're like, okay, it's nothing irredeemable, and they're right. But what people forget actually is some people like can come back from the most insane shit. Look at Pyrocynical. But sometimes you get stuff like this, and it's actually just so damaging to your reputation. If you want to be taken seriously, which Hempleton does, that actually there's not much return from it. He would have to make a new channel. Like, legitimately, he would have to detach entirely, make a new channel, completely leave the community, because any time now he talks about any topic, people are going to bring up everything about him, because this drama has fallen in a weird time placement where it's built up week upon week upon week till it's months of shit that we can look at, and it goes even further back to the Mum and Max stuff and how he was with Lyrics. So regardless of what he does, like anything now is going to be a conversation of, well, look at what a fucking lolcow you are. So actually he can't really come back from that, not without like years worth of work to redeem himself, because he doesn't, there are people who could easily weather this, and they'd just be like, there's actually quite a few people in commentary hell this could happen to, and they'd be like, yeah, I'll just go live tomorrow, it's fine, it's whatever, and they'll laugh it off and keep putting out content. But Hempleton doesn't have the Hempleton's got the gene, so he doesn't have the ability to just stream through it. It's not about coming. It's not about whether he can come back from what he's done. It's
agree.
whether Hempleton himself, as a human being, can come back from it, and that's the problem.
I agree. I just think it's like what I don't know. It's just like
even slugs like me, for example. Like, yeah, you can just stream through if you've got the spine to do it. Just carry on streaming, you'll be fine. It's the truth.
I just like wish like you know what? Maybe I'm just being selfish because I gave this guy so much advice, and just seeing him like fucking flop over like a dead fish is like infuriating to me. Maybe that's what's going on, because it's like, dude, all my work trying to fucking make this guy like not do this is like failing. I'm like a bad teacher. Maybe that's what's going on.
No, you can't help it, because you weren't the only one who gave him chats. You weren't the only one that gave him advice.
Yeah.
Also, Morale, I like you, but like, you've got enough of your own shit going on, bro. I'm not sure you should be giving anyone advice. Like, the best one in the world.
Advice to him is literally stop like being a fucking weirdo freak. Like, get a real job and then do this as a side thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he was puppet master with Furon. I think Furon was like his little puppet master. I really do. That's my working theory right now.
And I also don't have anything going on. I
was just asking that. You got a real job.
I do have a real job, and furthermore, Aiden forgave me. Okay, so I'm going.
Did you guys do the 1v1? Did you do the 1v1?
No,
Aiden
he just put out a tweet
forgave
saying
you.
that he believes in God, and then I also believed in God. So
God bless. God bless.
hell yeah, dude.
I think what really destroyed Hempleton, like the first thing to come, was him rejecting going on Chud's stream. I really think that is what happened. I talked to a couple of the people who actually convinced him to get out of it, Furin being one of them. And I told him, I'm like, dude, you guys like sold Hempleton. Like, you guys unironically fucked him. And they were like, well, his audience doesn't even like him. And I'm like, it's not about
Who
the
said
audience.
this? Sorry,
Furin. I was
Okay.
talking to Fern about this, because Fern was one of the people who advised him against going.
Wait.
on that stream.
Thorin told him not to go on Chud's stream. That's fucking insane.
Yep.
He didn't
So-
listen to his handler.
So by him not going on that stream on Thursday to talk about the jar stuff, they were telling me, they're like, well, the audience already kind of doesn't like Hempleton, so why does it matter? And I'm like, well, it's not about the audience. It's also about the content creators that he works with, because yeah, you guys are acting like a lot of like the content creators don't really watch other streams, but like occasionally they do, and then word of mouth spreads that Hempleton just whoever was interested.
You
in the
should
topic,
you
they're
should
like, "Oh,
actually
you guys do-"
actually unironically from experience, an audience that doesn't like you but a content creator that gets on all right with you is almost your ideal. Like I don't think other people realize this. You do not want to go on streams regularly with people whose audience likes you, because you will, if you become an orbiter, this is the Destiny orbit problem. What people will do is they'll go on Destinies, they'll get on really well with Destiny, DGG will like them, and then inevitably, because we're all creators, something will happen and they'll fall out. And it will kill your channel. It'll actually kill your career. The ideal is like, Chud is a weirdly safe space to go and talk in a lot of the time. Because while Chud is like, can be aggressive or like confrontational, Chud doesn't fucking care about any of this on a personal level. He just does not give a shit. There are certain things like that will annoy him, but when Chud is done at the end of the day, he is done at the end of the day. And you're probably not going to pick up a lot of audience from Chud, which means that if Chud really goes for you, the damage, like, unless it's really serious and he's like exposed you for something really bad, probably isn't going to be that bad. So, like, this is the thing as well. You've got people like Hempleton who are trying to, like, play big behind the scenes, but they don't really understand how anything fucking works. It's really bizarre.
Right.
He doesn't.
I mean-
He's trying to play big boy games, but he doesn't wear big boy pants.
I mean, I don't even do any of this, and I instantly understood that it didn't matter that none of the audience liked Templeton. What mattered was the content creators that he got along with, because just seeing him cowered out of that conversation just paints a bad light, because he was exposed for having a gay op, and just him having a gay op and then not admitting to it or kind of
Right.
So it just painted him in a bad light to everybody else who was either associating with him or knew him. So, and that's what I think really tarnished it, because now everybody doesn't really care about Hempleton. Like
even the smaller shit with that too. Like,
you know what really tarnished Hempleton that creators were talking about behind the scenes? The shit that he tried to pull on Queenman.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Yep. I mean, I gave this take on Morale stream. Queenman could have actually buried Hempleton like a month and a half ago, easily.
Absolutely.
If he'd gone for him. And I'll be honest, I heard about that ahead of time, because I don't talk to Queenman very often, but occasionally I'll go and ask Queenman his opinion or something, because he's actually very, very, very good at that, because he won't just give me everyone else's take, he'll give me his take. But I asked him about Hempleton, and he told me, he was like, yeah, I just don't like this guy. He's a bit weird. And then he was like, yeah, I had this weird interaction with him over the flamenco stuff, and his Pomnigate shit. And he told me about it. I was like, fucking what? Like, that's so insane. So yeah, and then, for some reason, everyone began to hear about that, because, it's a pretty fucking wild story. Thank you, by the way, for all the super chats, guys. I will read them at the end of the conversation. So, and if you've got any questions for people, I will get them to the people on this panel.
What do you think about the Pomnigate stuff? Because like, I'm personally still like in shock that was even a thing. Like the way Hempleton portrayed that to me was way less severe. Like he portrayed it like, yeah, Queenman just didn't agree with my take and we had an argument and like he kind of mocked me. He didn't go into specifics about what was actually discussed, but like that was really fucking bad. What was like
so
Sean?
Okay, I think it's a good way to put this. From what I've seen of the Pomnigate video, particularly that section of it, I don't think Hempleton believed that was child porn. I think Hempleton was trying to do an exposed video to try and get like, that was the other, that's the other thing. As somebody with younger nephews and brothers or whatever the fuck it was, I care very deeply about what they're shown to, again, the personal experience shit, blah, 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 blah. But I think he was just trying, I think he's just bad at what he's doing. Like a lot of creators who haven't made it, they're looking for like their thing that they'll be known for, the Pomnigate. it's so it needs to be as dramatic as possible. Now, I think the problem is he didn't expect anyone to actually look very closely at that video. He expected them to look at all the other clips he was showing, not at this thumbnail. Now, the fact that it's even a thumbnail on YouTube, like, I just don't believe that he believed that. You know, I'm kind of in two minds about it. I think it's a pretty fucking egregious claim to make about something. And he removed it, and that's good. Do I think that he's like a pedophile or like
Oh no, I'm not even insinuating that. I'm just thinking like we all went really hard on Rosanna and Dogpack, but I feel like just based on that, based on what like he did, like his is 10 times worse, because with both situations, right, we have like both of them have plausible deniability. Like they could have genuinely believed it was CP, or they could have like known and were being malicious, right? Like I feel like just what Hempleton was doing, because at least Rosanna like censored it, which like sure, it's still bad. It's like a pile of shit with sprinkles on it, but like Hempleton is just a pile of shit. Like,
Well, yeah, I could say that.
yeah. I mean, he was essentially, you know, if he did believe it, he was showing foot fetish porn of a minor. That would be like that's like best case scenario if he believed it. So yeah, it's pretty fucked. I think it's a difficult one. I'm really tired of like fucking CSAM discussions after this year, so I'm just like, I don't know, feeling numb to all of them. Like I'm just like, I don't know, it's another person doing the thing. I mean, there's only so much like moral fagging I can do on a day-to-day basis before I just actually throw myself off a ledge. So
what do you think about the research stuff? Because that's another question I wanted to ask. I'll let other people talk after that. But apparently he wasn't even doing research for Toastify. He was having his mods do it, and then he was collecting the money.
I've spoken to Toastify about this, and Toastify's seen the list. Everything that Toastify had paid for seems to have been done by Hempleton. But the upcoming stuff that that Toastify had discussed as possible research, seems like Romeo was asked to look at that stuff. Now, Hempleton's worked on about 2 projects for Toastify. I might be getting the number wrong, but it
seemed like it was so much more.
Yeah, it's like fuck all. It's like fuck all. I will say this as well, like
liar.
Well, I mean, like I'll say this, like Toastify, like recently commissioned us for something, and you know, he said to me, like we were talking about this afterwards, he was like, you know, it's a night and day difference, because you just get so much through from Jenny almost instantly of going through things, whereas with Hempleton it was like just such a slow process, and it wasn't that deep, because he was sat around doing fucking nothing. Like
he was sitting in Discord VCs while researching for Toastify and not actually doing research. He was just sitting staring at the Google Doc.
So right, okay. I mean, would your claim be here that he was charging? Okay, I want to be careful about this. I want to be careful about this.
My claim is that, like, with specifically what I'm just now saying, is just that he's fucking lazy. Like he was not actually doing any work. Like he would just sit around and like sit in Discord VCs, stare at the fucking Google Doc, not really working. Like he obviously got the work done. Like I'm not making the claim that he was scamming or anything, but from my understanding, he was also being charged hourly. So like that, if that's true, that kind of makes me feel a little differently on it. But if it was just a fixed rate thing, like, I mean, you at that point you're just wasting your own time, because the faster you get through it, the faster you can get another project or get another commission, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, I won't talk on Toastify's payment structures and things. That's his business. But like, yeah, that's pretty fucking ridiculous. I don't know. I feel like a lot's come out very recently. I understand Hempleton's had discussions behind the scenes and things. Hempleton, again, if you're watching, you can call me. I will pick up. But, you know, this is one of those things which probably isn't going anywhere. I know there's been this thing of like Amos leaked the call. He shouldn't have leaked the call. It's very wrong to leak the call. I've seen the moral flagging about this call that came out. I saw it on the night, and I'm going to be honest with you. My sympathy has diminished greatly over time. And at the same time, I mean, these were, you know, it's a good way to put this. these calls ended up being leaked. You were aware of them. I haven't seen the fireside chat call. What was that? Like Hempleton's 8th fireside chat call that fucking happened.
Toastify, sorry, but Toastify said, nah, it was like an hourly thing. It's really more my fault for using that type of system in the first place. Ooh.
Well, it's fucking not your fault, mate. It's really not your fault.
No, it's
Because
not.
people shouldn't lie to you on an invoice. What the fuck are you talking about? Toastify, you are too nice. This is why we're destroying you in 2025.
Yeah,
I also-
Operation
hold on,
Burnt
really
Toast,
quick.
bro.
Like it could be the case where Hempleton wasn't charging for the times he was just sitting in a VC staring at the dock. Like I don't know the specifics, so I
Yeah.
want to make it clear. I'm not alleging like any scamming was taking place. Just from
Yeah.
my perspective, I saw that and I was like, if you're being charged hourly for this, like if I was hiring you as my researcher hourly and I saw you were just sitting in a Discord VC with the Google Doc open, not doing anything, like I would not hire you again.
I wanna budget on this because I was in a conversation where Hempleton actually referred to this to give a little bit of charitability. He would say that he spent so and so on this document, like maybe an hour on this, maybe like an hour on that, 2 hours on this, and he would report based on like the amount he actually did. Right, that's what he told me
Good.
when I
Yeah,
questioned him
which
about
if
it. Right.
that's the case, yeah, obviously that's
I
fine.
I just want to offer like some
Yeah,
charitability.
no.
I
And
don't want it
again,
to
this
go,
is
like,
why I
in
don't
worst
want to
case
push the
scenario.
question without knowing. Because, like, that's quite a claim. Because you are, again, making claims of essentially scamming. And I think you need, like, significant weight and evidence for that. And, like, well, Hempleton's annoying. I don't think he deserves to be unfairly labeled as a scammer.
DNAX scenario, eh?
Yeah,
No,
hello.
sure. Yeah, I realized that
20
that is
hours?
definitely
No, I don't think
how
that's what you were
coming
doing.
across, so
I'm just, like... You're
Well, I
just
mean,
giving a
it doesn't matter.
perspective of...
That's what it was coming across as, so I apologize. I retract that.
Yeah, okay. Does anyone have anything else?
Becky, can you send me the image of that Discord?
Which one? The one...
Just the private with all the people in it.
Sure, give me a second.
All right, bet.
I wanted to point
People
out,
in
going
it.
back to the
I'll just put it in the group.
meme and stuff.
All right,
Sure.
bet.
I actually remember when I heard about this the first time. I hopped into a VC where Hempleton was, and I asked him, I'm like, "Hey,
Oh.
did you actually do this? Like, did you actually try to get Queeman to be on a team with Flamenco and debate you?" And he was like, "Yeah, but it was all jokes. It wasn't anything too big. I don't know why they're making it seem like this is like a big deal or something like that." He was like inferring that he was just joking in those DMs, but obviously now that they're all out, it's very clear that Hempleton was very upset about Queeman's coverage over the Pomnigate video, and he obviously wanted to make Queeman look bad in a debate styled like that. So I don't know. It's very interesting how he frames stuff, and then once things actually come out, it's just.
I mean, look,
completely
I've seen those DMs. They're insane. They are literally like, you're gonna go on a team with Flamenco, and we're gonna debate against you. It's like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, like he's obviously very spiteful in those DMs. Like I don't know.
yeah, because he's desperate. He's desperate for a fucking win. And actually, what's insane about it as well is because I covered the Tiger stuff, and I actually did discuss this with Queeman. I don't entirely agree with Queeman's takes, but they're not defending pedophilia from my recollection. It's just like, I don't understand why you've ended up in this. I don't understand how it got to this point. I suppose because I was thinking about this with the Sen debate, where Lyrics was like, "This guy shouldn't be defending me. Like, fuck off." But Lyrics had no idea that Hempleton's narrative was he was Lyrics' co-host. Do you know what the part of the problem is as well? Hempleton's so insane that, and he is mentally ill. Let's be clear. That I kind of wonder whether he believed it.
Beckett, here's the other thing though. During that time when he wanted to debate Flamenco, I remember this because obviously Hempleton is a Lyrics orbiter. He was a Lyrics orbiter. He thought that him and Lyrics were very good friends. So during that time, a lot of people in Lyrics chat didn't like Queeman. It was very public that all of chat, whenever Lyrics would raid Queeman, people would type in chat, no, don't rate into Queeman. We don't like Queeman. I have a little theory that he thought, since people were saying this in the lyrics chat, it was public sentiment that people really didn't like Queeman. So he thought he could do this to Queeman to kind of get an own on him, because everybody didn't already like him. So people wouldn't really care as much if this happened.
Yeah, that was my impression. Like, and it wasn't until he realized that people say shit about Queeman, and you see this in like people's chats. But generally speaking, people's impression of Queeman is very good. Love to see it. I mean, this was, you know, I said this on Chud's stream. I'm a Queeman supporter. I have been like, this has caused me so much shit over the years, actually. Like, Xylee can probably attest to this. I got so much shit back in the day in Twitch poll for liking Queeman. So I'm very happy to see him doing well. But yeah, people have this impression that everyone fucking hates him. It's just not true.
Was Hempleton not really knowing the very community that he was trying to be successful in? That's what that was. That's Hempleton not understanding the commentary community and how they feel as a whole, how they feel about certain creators.
Yeah.
He simply just didn't know. He was an idiot. He didn't pay attention. It sounds like to me he was in a little echo chamber, and when you're in an echo chamber, you don't notice the world around you.
I'm in an echo chamber and I personally like it, but I guess whatever you prefer, I suppose.
You are a one-person echo chamber, bro.
And I love it.
God damn it.
Okay, do we have anything else? Are you guys good? Any other stories to tell?
What, K-Hook?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about that, K-Hook, because I heard that you teared up.
No.
Wait, who said that?
No.
Who said that? What the fuck?
No, I did not tear up. No.
K-Hug was standing her ground. She was
Good.
I did not tear up. No.
standing her ground, just yelling at us.
Damn right, K-Huck. And the next time somebody tries to throw a bullshit optics check on you, you better stand up for yourself, because that optics check was 1000% bullshit. Boom. I said my last statement.
I'll concede.
What, Flatley? You what?
I concede.
Well, I'm glad that you've all had concessions. I'm gonna leave the call. I'm gonna read super chats. Okay.
Xylee W. Xylee second W a week. Thank you.
Fucking Christ, lasers. Bye. You know. Okay. Nice little wind down. Right. Okay. Where are we with super chats? Right. Dew of the Mountain for the 5. Why does the jungler need support to talk shit to K-Huck? Coward behavior. Absolutely fucking true. Kai Rise with the 2. Is the Cabal lol? Is it real? Find out tonight. It's kinda real. Passion 76 PJ with the 5. Hey Beckett, is this stream gonna stay up because I can't watch at the moment? Yes, it is. This is not a member stream, and all my streams stay up. Slug Entertainment with the 2. Xylee abandoned her community, hell grandkids, also true. Spencer Howard with the 2. Morale is protected by the IDF. Queeman. Actually true. Actually true. What happened? Cool, you missed the wall. There was a fucking message in the now recording group chat. Beckett's going to war with commentary hell. And like everyone being like, Godspeed, bro. It wasn't. I just wanted to talk to Flatley. And find out what the fuck was going on. I'm gonna have a cigarette. We'll have a little wind down. If anyone's got any remaining things in chat they want to talk about. Oh, it's been nice. It's been nice little Thanksgiving stream. I was only planning to go live for an hour. Dumbass gay ops by Hempleton. That's all. Happy Thanksgiving. True. And don't forget, membership, super chats, like, and subscribe. And if you don't want to do any of those things, if you hate the stream, please dislike it and please leave a comment calling me a slur. They are all appreciated, and I read every mean comment about me. I prefer the mean ones. Right. Oh, fucking hell. Rocky with the 2. K-Huck, we got you. True. Listen, leaking happened. It's fine. Let people leak. I think, you know, at a certain point, you're just like, if you're going to have embarrassing conversations. Becca, are you an agent of chaos? I am an agent of neutrality. Actually, I've been accused of being an agent of chaos before. That's probably true. It's probably true. I like it. I just want things to be fun and interesting. Okay, just easy content for you guys on Thanksgiving. What's commentary hell? Commentary hell is a coin. Who coined that term? I think it was the Now Recording Boys, or maybe it was Xylee. I can't remember. But it's essentially commentary hell is like, so where I am, where Xylee is, and people like that are all sort of small commentary. Commentary hell is like the level kind of below that, where it's like Allsberg drama. So we're like, Now Recording is the kind of filter between the two. That's how Nick describes it. But it's good. There's some really good drama in commentary hell. Some of it's really, really fucking funny. They do. Was it Matt? Okay. Yeah, some of it's really fucking funny. But yeah, and is the Cabal real? Listen, I think we're all pretty open about this now. Creators talk. We hang out in VCs and chat shit. Mostly about drama or the stuff that's going on, or like people just pop in with random shit. I've been pretty open on the fact that like I haven't in a while actually, because I've just been really stressed. But like, I know Diesel because Diesel and I play D&D together. That's how Diesel and I hang out. So like creators like have little friendship groups because we're all in the sort of the same sphere. And some of those people won't interact at all. Like Chud, for example, doesn't really interact with like wider commentary on a personal level. He's just not interested, which is absolutely fine. Like when you see Chud interact, it's largely on stream. I think he probably has a few friends like Nick, who he may have more personal ones with, but that's a complete fucking guess. I've got no idea. Because Chud is actually a pretty private person. And more power to him. And more power to him. Nate watches shorts, pimple videos, and rap music. That is true. Nate does that a lot. We all know a lot about pinball machines at this point. Let me put it that way. Pappy is how I learned about you, Beckett. Is Pappy Chud? Wait. Is Pappy Chud? Chud's interactions are scheduled because he goes outside. Yeah. Again, like, look, I'm an insomniac who likes chatting shit on the internet, but I've got a day job and life, you know, I've got shit to do. Speaking of which, actually, I am around during December, because I decided to let other people take leave and holiday and shit and go like spend time with families. So I am around, but I am also busy because there aren't many people around. So if I don't stream much over December, that is why. I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you, Ties. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's been a fun little stream. I'm pretty pleased with that. Spencer Howard with the 5. During the Aiden Morale mini drama, did you see Aiden Mog Morale, then try Queeman, lose, concede, Mog Morale again, try to make Queeman again, then faceplant? Yes, I did. Aiden's been doing well recently. Listen, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed Aiden's just play games and chat shit streams. They're funny. You have a job? You have a life? Yeah, I know. It's fucking wild, isn't it? Like, the only way you stay sane doing this is having some sort of actual life outside this. This is, I think this is my general take for a lot of people. Like, part of the problem is this becomes their whole life, and that's it, and then they go insane. Kai Rise with a 5. Don't worry, Becca. I'm sure nothing insane will happen, Becca. It'll be fine. I think I don't know. Maybe December will be quiet. It's looking quiet at the moment. We've been talking about Hempleton for days. Okay, sorry, I'm reading it again. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. Just people discussing. You know, it's interesting, like, everyone's got these little fucking servers. I should point out, like, I interact with, like, 2 spaces, I think, realistically, on Discord. Like, I have a lot of DMs and people message me and things. But generally speaking, the only servers I, like, hang out in, are, like, the creator one, occasionally, like if something interesting is going on, and fucking spicy chat at the moment. That's it. That's like that's it. That's the only spaces. The only thing, they're the only ones worth having a thing in. Like, I don't get all these little fucking creator calls, and it is interesting as well. Like, so Hempleton added me to a server, and he was like, "This is my creator server. This is just going to be my service for creators." I was like, "Okay." I didn't really interact with it because I'm like, why would I? And I at the time, I thought it was one of these, plus Cope and Seed server. I barely interact with the Cope and Seed server, honestly. It's if somebody ats me or a mod says something, that's mostly when I'm in the Cope and Seed server. I'm really bad with my own servers. The people who knew me from my previous one, that I ran for when I was a Twitch streamer will tell you that. I'm not actually very good at keeping an eye on them. That's why I need mods. Yeah, Hempleton added me to this, like, creator server, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But now I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, that was him trying to get me into a creator server to interact with, and I'm like, it's really interesting what British said, where British was like, who the fuck is this guy? It's like, yeah, well, why would I want to be in a server with people Hempleton's picking? Who the fuck are these people? I don't fucking care. What? I don't even interact with my server with paid members, lol, for Xylee. Yeah, listen, like, if you are a coping member, is it coping? No, it's seething. I got this wrong earlier. Yeah, if it's seething, like, you can probably reach me through my inbox, but that's it. That's how much I've limited this down. You have to pay to actually get my attention in my inbox. That's it. I barely understand Discord. I think bugging Xylee was my second interaction. Discord can be good. Like, I chat to people on Discord generally, but I don't really do servers. It doesn't really interest me. I have a lot of missed messages just because people will, like, at me in things, and I will never check them. It's like, I'll find them like a month and a half later, and probably DM the person if it was something interesting, and be like, I missed this. He probably would try and get dirt on you. I mean, fucking... It's interesting that he's been talking to ACC people, because I know some people there are... Look, there are some people within the ACC who are very nice about me publicly, but I know what they say behind the scenes. I've seen the DMs. I hear things. I just post memes in Diorio's channel and Game of Friends. Yeah. That's all it needs to be. That's all it needs to be. Look, a lot of people want to be important, as I said. That's pretty much, I think that's just the baseline for a lot of this shit. Okay. We good? Does anyone have any remaining questions, comments, thoughts? Does Hempleton want to phone me? Hempleton? You can call in. It's just me. Just me. I won't add you to any groups. We just have a talk. You can chat through some of the things that have been said about you. Beckett, when was Senate started? I actually don't know the start date of Senate. I think late 2022? Because it used to be Barrel. But I don't know. I was never in Senate, by the way. So, for all the conversations about it, I never joined. I had, because other people joined it and other people A-logged it, so I didn't really need to Tom needs to be stuffed. Jesus fucking Christ. Damn, you're still going. We're just wrapping up, Mally. Unless Hempleton wants to phone me, in which case we'll keep going. Or anyone else who's interested in this story of foreign or whatever. Ooh. I'm just giving them some space. The space to think through their choices and actions. Trying to figure out the timeline. It'd be good to ask. I'm not sure. I could probably go find out for you. Maybe I'll do that. Might post something on Twitter. Maybe. Don't know. If I remember. Yeah, Senate's a lower convoy server. Though it started as a brony server. It's the history there's pretty interesting. I might go over it one day. Because that's pretty tied up now. And I could probably get the logs, actually. In fact, fuck, I think I have the logs for Senate. In fact, I know I have the logs for Senate. I've got them literally in my download folder. I don't think I ever looked at them. Sarah would know. Sarah would know. I meant to be talking to her soon. There's I do have some content coming up around one of the stories I covered earlier in the year, the golf ball stuff. So that should be coming soon. That'll either be a stream or a video. Might be a video. Meanskis, hi Becca, I'm getting therapy. I'm happy for you. Thank you for the 2. Good. I hope it helps. I hope it helps you. Fair enough, been there, done that. Yeah. Is that it? Do I just phone Hempleton? Do I just call him and be like, yo, should we talk about this? Or is that a little mean? More golf ball man? Yeah, more golf ball man. That story's kind of closed now. It's kind of like wrapped up, so I'm just waiting for the documentation. If your soul patch is darker than your beard, there is a need to be shaved. Yeah, I do actually need a trim. You're not wrong. I was thinking that earlier. You're not wrong. I usually keep it quite short, but it's cold, and I'm wondering whether I should grow it for the winter. Because it's really fucking cold at the moment. So I might, I don't know, might grow a full beard. It has been a while since I grew a full beard. That Hempleton call was purely performative, a failed performance. At that, he was playing to the tactics that work on his egos on a guy that didn't know him and was unsympathetic. Yeah, that's my take. I mean, I think it was content. That's my take. I think he was planning. If Bobak and Chris Chan met, who would get mad first? Boblacks. There was a random jar-related video that dropped a day or 2 ago. Guy whose video he used to host on his channel. Interesting. Can you tweet it at me? Just tweet it at Cope and see the YouTube YT or whatever the fuck our Twitter is, or at Beckett of Crabs. Scarves are a thing too. Yeah, I used to wear scarves on stream quite a lot. Now I gave up. I'm cold though. I'm cold. I need more. I need more warmth. Okay, copying Chud's beard look. I see you back at. Somebody called me the soy version of Chud Logic recently, and I take offense at that. Take deep offense at that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I might have some more long-term Hempleton content. Jesus. Based. Okay, cool. Right, we done. I'm not gonna phone Hempleton. I wouldn't do that to him. That's a little bit over the line. I can't believe you guys would suggest that. Where should I send you? Who's doing something interesting? Was morale going over tomfoolery? Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I love a bit of Tom Tent. I love a bit of Tom Tent, so I'll probably watch that. Actually, I'm probably gonna go to bed. I'm probably just gonna go to sleep. Okay, I'm gonna send you over to Morale. I will be back over the weekend. I think. Yeah, probably. Working on a project, so if the content's unprepared, it's because I'm working on a project, and it's quiet at the moment. But thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. This has been really fun as always. Appreciate you all. Have a good rest of your Thanksgiving. I hope your family conversations didn't destroy your sanity. And take care of yourselves. Peace.